What's up, everyone? Welcome to the podcast, a show dedicated to talking about all the poggers things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I am one of your co-hosts, JesseKazam.
And I need everyone to know that FBI is not an acronym. Okay?
Okay. That's
I
it?
had this conversation earlier. Now, I would never correct anyone in like conversation.
Okay.
I would just let it go. And see, I'm not correcting anyone now. This is just a public service announcement.
Fun fact, public service announcement.
Yeah, that NASA is an acronym. FBI,
Is it an
CIA
abbreviation? Or no?
is an initialism.
An initialism.
Yes, it's basically when you say the letters individually versus pronouncing it like a word.
Ah, like scuba and radar.
You don't say NASA,
Yeah,
right? You say NASA.
yeah. So FBI, CIA.
Yeah, just think about like your initials.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there you go. An acronym, initialism. Someone.
It's all the same.
I was at like the custom kitchen and bath place today,
and
a guy did the thing where he corrected someone in public, and it was the wrong thing. So I had to be the guy that was like coming to the other person's defense.
Yeah,
like,
like you wouldn't do this, but the guy was being weird about it and was wrong. So you were like, "All right, let me step in here."
I had to jump in and save the Karen from the Kevin.
Is there a word? There isn't, but there should be a word for things that got the wrong name. Like abbreviation is a long word that means to make something shorter.
Yeah.
Palindrome is not a palindrome. What the fuck?
Yep.
Lisp is hard for people with lisps to say. Like I think about these things all the time when I'm just like, that got the wrong name, man.
Yeah, there is a name for that. I don't know what it is.
I feel like I normally have like 5 more to rattle off, but they're gone now.
Yeah, no, there's a name for that. I forget.
But it's like the name is like the opposite of the thing. Or I don't know. Palindrome not being a palindrome is kind of crazy.
Words that are their own antonyms. Wait, I don't think that's it. For example, the word original can mean authentic, traditional, or novel, never done before. Huh, okay, that's interesting. That's a contronym. Holy shit. And okay, whoa. An enantiosemic term is by definition polysemic. I don't know what that means.
Oh man.
I had one of these things earlier today where in my script I'm like monologuing.
Yeah.
And I'm basically talking about how everybody, like, there's this unstated thing that we're all operating under that no one will say, and we're kind of just forced into like keeping the collective delusion alive.
Okay.
That like everybody's an expert on all the things.
Yeah.
Like, and the truth is, the fundamental actual truth is, none of us have the time, education, resources, or ability to like truly inform ourselves about the data, like climate change.
Yeah.
Like, it's the truth, right? Everyone wants to pretend like I know the reasonable, rational, correct thing to do is to defer to the experts. But you can't say that, because one day a group of people that were basically flat earthers basically said, someone lied once. Yeah. Therefore, I'll never trust anyone ever.
Yeah.
And instead, I'm going to do all my own research
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a free thinker. And what they did was they listened to someone outside of the establishment.
Yeah.
That said, I did my own research and here's the conclusion I've come to. And what we do is listen to someone who we assume knows and is qualified. But you can't say that because you're admitting to losing the argument when someone is like, I've done the hard work in the research.
Saying that only works if the other person agrees that is the foundational fabric of reality. But if they don't, then it's like an opportunity to stump you in the argument. Yeah.
It's like when kids do rock, paper, scissors and one of them just goes dynamite.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to play the game, then you have to just dynamite, right?
Yeah.
Because dynamite wins everything.
Yeah.
There's no way to beat it.
Yeah.
So you either don't play the game or so there's one more element to it too. It's the fact that the internet provides us infinite information instantaneously.
Mm-hmm.
We all believe the things we believe are true.
Yeah, naturally.
Usually because we listen to someone who we trusted. Yeah. Right? And like 98% of the time listening to a collective authority like scientists, the climate, like whatever, 98% of the time it's the right answer. 2% of the time they're frauds, scams,
that happens for sure.
But like that's the exception to the rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
So infinite information, we believe what we believe to be true, and all of us can in seconds, whether it's talking to ChatGPT or whether it's Googling it, can get information that substantiates our belief.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So therefore, when someone says, I do the research, what about you? You just think, I mean, I could just do it and I know I would find it and I know I'm right. So because I'm right, I know that I would Google it. I know I'd find the answers, but I just don't have them. So you just short circuit that and say, yeah, I've done it too.
Yeah. No,
especially on Twitter where you're not on the spot in real time.
Yes.
That's why there's a difference between debating with a flat earther in the YouTube comments or in Twitter thread and having someone like Jaren on and going back and forth. How it's totally different when someone asks you directly a question and you're like, you all too often, people in those types of situations sort of make it obvious that we're all so fucking overconfident about all the things, right? Like you just walk up to any random person with Jimmy Fallon or whoever, right, on the street, and it's like, what are the 3 branches of government, right? Like, how many senators are there? Yeah, how big is Congress? Like,
name a woman.
We learn this.
Have you seen those?
We learn this. Name a woman.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like, we've talked about this before. I think maybe on the Patreon blog, but like. So it's like we have the easiest thing is to say like the internet did it. You know what I mean? Like the internet undoubtedly poured like gasoline on the fire because stuff like that has been happening before the internet because part of it is like par for the course. If you hear an expert, like this is the guy you should listen to about the thing. When you hear him explain what the finding is and how he came to that conclusion, at best, you're going to understand 50% of it. And even if you trust him, if you go home and try to tell your wife and like you only understood 50% of it, you relaying it, you're going to get 80% of what you understood wrong. And so that's kind of like a natural thing. And then the internet just like platforms that, right? But then the second thing, independent of the internet, like if you could just like the internet is gone and it's nothing, just what we understand now as a species is more incomprehensible to the individual. Like 1,000 years ago, the smartest people in the world basically knew everything that was known.
Yeah, the bulls are over there, the berries are over there,
and this is how you build a shed.
Things go ouchy when you prick them with
all
sharp
of the
things.
human information could be held in a mind. But like we say all the time, experts in their field are the most willing to be like, yeah, but that field over there, I know nothing about that shit. Like that's Like I might be the smartest guy in this room by a country mile, but I wouldn't know what to say about music or a scale or this because that's not their field. And they're so willing to acknowledge that. So it's like even completely independent of the internet, you just have the amount of knowledge requires groups of people to basically just like ignore all other areas of knowledge and just go crazy high in like these really niche fields. And then when they try to tell us something important, that fractures how we listen and what that means. And then once again, now you bring the internet back and it just is the gasoline on the fire because even without the internet, it would be hard with all that's known today about space and about the climate and about freaking chemistry and about biology and about science.
It's thousands of years of the accumulation of human knowledge.
Yeah, it would be so hard even without the internet for somebody smart to be like, hey, I'm the smart guy in this field and we're fucking this up and that could have really bad, like, even without the internet, it would be hard because we would just be like, what do you mean? I do that all the time. I use the lead paint all the time and I'm fine. You know what I mean? And it's like, like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All people need to do is just throw all the shit that they think they're experts on. You know, many people are an expert in one thing, arguably, you know, whatever their profession is, right? So imagine that you have your profession that you've been working in for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, right? And then imagine some dickhead watches 42 minutes of YouTube videos and then basically wants to scoff at your opinion.
Yeah.
That's the way we all sound to fucking everyone else whenever but like the problem is it's always two non-physicists debating quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
When the astrophysicist is like, I don't know the first thing about it.
Quantum, yeah.
You know, but he's infinitely more qualified to talk about it, and he's the first one.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so sad that very often the person who is who outwardly is willing to admit that they could be wrong about a thing is usually right.
Yeah.
They're more often right than the people who are willing to say there's no chance I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Almost always that person is absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Because there isn't like absolute you know, knowledge pretty much about anything. So I was watching some interview and basically some guy was like brought up some climate research as like a side note, and the other guy just kind of laughed and rolled his eyes, and the guy had referenced a paper, and I went in the second paragraph of the paper. The 1DRC model uses a time marching procedure to compute the vertical temperature profile of the net radiative and convective energy fluxes. And then there's like calculus looking shit afterwards. And it's like, if you don't know what every individual word is in that sentence, then you don't know what all of those words together in the sentence mean. And you can't scoff at the fucking paper. You should shut the fuck up and go to someone who does know and ask them.
Yeah.
But the internet gives us all this confidence that because we can find information to back up what we already believe, then we've already done the research.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When in reality,
I've done the research and the research has been done are two very different things.
But here's the thing, like subconsciously in our minds, the fact that it's really easy. We're all guilty of it. I've done the research isn't the only difference between I've done the research and I can do it. I could find it is time.
Yeah.
If we had this conversation tomorrow, I would know the info. I would have this, you know, but the thing is that what ends up happening with all of these things. And it's like, the thing is that this isn't bad and it's not shameful. It's totally reasonable and totally normal. That you hear a compelling argument, you watch a documentary, you listen to a scientist interview on a podcast for an hour, and you go, okay, that makes sense to me. I'm going to tentatively believe this thing.
Yep.
And then 48 hours later, you've forgotten everything but the conclusion.
Yeah.
So when someone challenges, why do you think the earth is round? You're like, NASA has picture. Oh, okay. So you just believed it. It's like, you know, there's more to it.
Exactly.
I just don't fucking remember.
It's not a shameful
I mean?
thing. Yeah. To be convinced of something in a way that in that moment, you and your like spirit find like, I believe this, that makes sense. And then forget that, you know, our brains only have so much room for whatever. Your job is, you probably have to worry about what you're going to feed your kids, what the vacation you're going on, this, that, like. So it's like, it's not a shameful thing to have forgotten the conclusion, but the point you're making is that like the fake existence of the internet in that fake world, that is a shameful thing. And so when you're convinced it's a shameful thing, when it's not, you can be compelled to lie about, well, I did you know what I mean? And then that doesn't really help, and then it just gets even more messy.
Yeah, it's just this giant circle jerk of nobody knows any of the things that they say that they know so confidently.
Yeah.
And the problem, like both sides are doing the same thing, but as is the case with the flat earth thing, that doesn't mean both sides are equally wrong.
Yes.
More often than not, the people who are the impressionable sheep, they can do the wrong, lazy, dumb thing and just go, I'll trust the experts. And they just so happen to be right 9 out of 10 times. And the flat earthers can go, I don't trust the experts. And then they listen to some brain dead tinfoil hat wearer.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're like no different than the, dude, there's like Wikipedia pages for all the different like mediums. And they'll like put together, there's like websites that put together like the predictions that they make.
Nice.
About like the coming, and it's like there's going to be a hurricane in Southeast Asia and either what you see is it's a host of incredibly generic. The West Coast will experience the largest earthquake in some time. Well, if there's an earthquake right now, it's the largest earthquake in the last 14 seconds.
Yeah.
So like, I guess you're a psychic, right? Or they'll scatter buckshot 75 things, and by luck alone, they'll get one thing correct. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things of this podcast I listen to is at the beginning of the year, I think it's like the first episode, they have their psychic predictions.
Yes.
Where they are just basically throwing blind at a dartboard.
Yep.
And every now and then they get something because it's just based on intuition, right? It's just But if you're saying it's magic, then some people really want to believe.
Yep.
Is it just me or I don't know if this is the case or not. It's so hard to know. Like I'm always so tempted to say things between time A and time B things have changed, but I'm like self-aware enough to know I might have changed, or it could just be a perception, or it could actually be a thing. But I remember when I was a kid. That it was like so common, and I have not heard anyone say this personally in so long. We don't talk politics or religion like at the dinner table or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it might just be the people I'm around or whatever, but like now I feel like we've been desensitized enough to now it's like, no, we can talk about. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's cultural.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like I remember hearing that a lot as a kid, too. You know, we don't talk about, I don't know whether that was like a more familial thing where it's just like because we got to talk about family stuff or whatever, but that.
I mean, maybe our parents were talking about like Reaganomics or something, and we just weren't a part of the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it just seems like.
But it definitely feels like that's changed.
Be sort of. Like there used to be, and again, I'm saying this like ironically, like I know it might not be the case, right?
Yeah.
But my impression is that it used to be like Uncle Joe's a Republican, I'm a Democrat, you know, like we just don't talk politics. We'll just coexist and get along, and you know. And now I just feel like you wouldn't invite Joe to dinner.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like the barrier of entry for like political or religious conversations is so much lower now. You know what I mean? Like that. I do feel like 20 years ago that would have felt like it came out of nowhere. But once again, maybe that was just my perception as a kid that was, 15 as opposed to 35 or whatever. But I feel
now
like
politics, you can't get away from it.
Exactly. I feel like the internet has lowered that barrier of entry, and then maybe like the internet maybe plays a part in it, but maybe this was going to happen anyway. But just a cultural shift towards younger people being more engaged. I don't know. So maybe that, like, both of those things, and then just the infinite conversations that happen on the internet and the ability to have infinite conversations with anyone you want about anything you want. But I definitely feel like that barrier of entry is basically non-existent anymore.
Yeah. It's like everyone online, whether it's like your avatar or your bio, or there's something about you when you engage with other people online that's sort of similar to like the back of a car. You look at the bumper sticker and you're like, okay, I know, right? He's he's got the Reagan bumper sticker, the Clinton bumper sticker, the Bush, whatever, right? It's like whether or not you have a cross in an American flag or you've got pronouns, like there's something that just like, okay, I know what team you're on right away.
Yeah.
So it's like impossible to get away from, or even people walking around wearing red baseball hats, right? Like I think it seems like maybe possibly people are kind of wearing their politics on their sleeve a lot more openly and regularly than probably they were.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's at least how it feels based on like the lived experience. But yeah, maybe our parents were doing all that craziness and then just telling us to not talk about it at the dinner table. I don't know.
But I digress.
Well, man, fam, we got an episode tonight all week. It's so funny, man. It's like, I actually love that there's sometimes it feels like there are more people that are excited to hear the podcast conversation than even just like ask me and chat like I'm playing, and people will just come and be like, I'm so excited for this week's podcast. And I'm like, hell yeah. So obviously we got to talk about Escape from Tarkov 1.0. Before we do, really quickly, I want to take a second and thank the first sponsor for today's episode, and that is the Perfect Gene. And I am telling you, it is the Perfect Gene. I mean, look at that. Look at that tushy right there.
If I could twerk, I would, boys.
The Perfect Gene are incredibly comfortable, incredibly premium, incredibly high quality jeans. They literally have the gene for you, and not everybody has that. I've gone into places and they're like, we don't have this jean in a 30 length. We only have it in a 32 or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, the Perfect Gene has like every cut of jean in every size waist and every size length. And it's every color. So it's like you can get a skinny in like a super light at this length and this width, or you can get the boot cut in the dark. And it's like, they literally have everything. Their material is super premium. It's the perfect amount of stretch in the jean to make it like extremely comfortable to wear when you're seated a lot or just wear for long hours. But it's not so much stretchy material that it doesn't feel like jeans anymore. Like, look at that. But when you're wearing it, it feels like a good old fashioned pair of jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Boys.
They're phenomenal. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, dude. I basically have replaced all the pants in my pant collection. Which is effectively now I've got some khakis from them, and I've got the jeans, and and these will fit me if I lose 15 pounds or if I gain 30. Which is the best thing. And I sit like a child, with like my knees fucking bent on my chair, and it's just I think about them like sweatpants. They're that comfortable and casual.
They're great. And they have the whole khaki collection. They call them their den khakis. It's like a hybrid denim khaki, which is awesome because having like one good pair of khakis unlocks a whole lot of like color potential for like the shirt you wear, or a whole lot of like venues. Like you show up in a wedding in some khakis and a nice polo. They've got tees, they've got polos, they've got a whole wardrobe for you, and their jeans. Like literally, I say this every time, the best advertisement I can give for them is that they only sent us one pair. I bought 3 more because I wanted all the colors. Like they haven't sent us a whole wardrobe. They sent me one pair and I was like, oh my God, I have to buy these. So they're very good. So don't let stiff jeans ruin the holidays. Join 500,000 plus dudes who have uncrushed their nuts with the perfect jean. Head to theperfectjean.nyc or Google the perfect jean. And for a limited time, listeners get 15% off their first order plus free shipping, free exchanges, and free returns. Just use code POGCAST15 at checkout. That is 15% off your order with code POGCAST15 at theperfectjean.nyc. Save today and stay perfect. Thank you to The Perfect Jean for sponsoring this episode. Bada bang. So yeah, man.
I'm going to say a thing
Escape
that no one
from Tarkov 1.0.
I'm going to say a thing that no one knows other than
Yes,
Jesse. I played Escape from Tarkov today in private.
In private.
And it was, let me think. Trying to figure out how to.
Gotta really blue ball him here.
Yeah, my analogy skills are failing me.
Yes. We need a good classic Tarkov analogy.
All I could think of is, oh God, this is gonna double fail because you've probably never seen Saving Private Ryan.
I have, of course.
Okay, thank fucking God.
That one, so, yeah, you would need to be real mad at me if I hadn't seen Saving.
Isn't the beginning of Saving Private Ryan just one of the most banger first 15 minutes of a movie ever? Okay. Then imagine if the rest of the movie was, I don't know, the same fucking movie you've ever, I don't know.
A boring movie. What if the rest of it was a boring movie?
What if the rest of it, the DVD was scratched and you half couldn't watch it and the other half of it was I don't know, MASH episodes or something. This analogy's instantly fell off the rails.
Tarkov broke Veritas' brain. He can't even come up with an analogy.
Yeah, for the last week, I've because people have been asking, are you gonna play Tarkov? I just made my title, I will play Tarkov for $1,000.
Yeah.
Made my title.
I've had a bunch of people coming and be like, bro, have you seen V stream title? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, yeah. So I don't know where to start.
So did someone pay the money or no? You just did it in private?
No, I just did it. I just did it.
What did you do? Because obviously you would have had to do the tutorial because the tutorial is basically what it throws you into. Did you do any raids after the tutorial?
I did one.
Okay. Where?
Interchange.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's start with maybe some positives. What did you think about the tutorial? No, you know what? What did you think about the intro cinematic? I thought that shit was fire, bro.
Hot fire.
It was so good.
The first line I have is intro is sick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And then I said music was sick. Chills. Because all of a sudden it's a different background.
Yeah.
But you just hear the
Yep. That piano.
And I was like, oh shit.
I had that same moment. Dude, we're gonna get to all of it. But credit where credit's due. That intro cinematic was fucking sick. And it was more you've had the cult of Soon, the nice guys, doing all this stuff. But that was more lore than has ever been just given to the player.
Yeah.
In the entire 10-year development, in that 3-minute thing. It was the amount of people I saw on Twitter or on chat being wait, the USEC are the bad guys? And you're like, yes! Dude, it was so well done. It set up the story well. It was only 2 or 3 minutes. Dude, that was
I know none of the lore. I never read the books or whatever. I didn't fucking read anybody's vampire fan fiction.
Yeah.
I just never really paid much attention. I'll say I never really cared much.
Yeah.
Kind of about the story, but it was cool that, it filled in a few blanks, and it was really cool seeing like the labs, like the like entrance with just people walking around, like a few different places that like pre-apocalypse sort of thing. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, it was cool. And then even the EMP, like, because at the
spoilers.
Yeah, at the very end, because like, I don't know, that was like, I don't know when they started teasing that lore. I mean, I know years ago, Nice Guy had his whole thing. They thought he was going to like nuke it, but we did know like some sort of EMP, and like the cultists were always supposed to be there because like the cultists didn't get added to the game for years and years and years and years and years. But even when you were playing the game, before I was playing, the marked room, like, it was marked with the cultist symbols. Like, they've known for a long time that they were going to have some shady cult and that they were going to worship the EMP. So like, it was just this crazy thing that like tied in like all of that stuff in one video. And then, yeah, dude, it was sick. I thought the intro cinematic was very, very, very well done.
And I thought it was like really cool. I thought it was going to go right from the EMP, sort of fade to black to like the menu.
Yes.
And all of a sudden it's like, and you're like waking up, and it was like, yo, okay, wait, that's really sick.
Yep. I agree.
Super, like, perfectly immersive.
And I'm going to come back to this, but it felt like a video game. Like, right? Like it felt like a video game. Like, it felt like in the sense that you go to GameStop when you're 14 and you're looking at all the boxes and you look at the back of this one and this looks cool and you buy it, and every game ever, you put the disc in and there's a cinematic that shows you and then you're in. And it was like it felt really cool. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it felt, I don't want to say legitimate, but like,
no, yeah, like I've been trying to come up with a word for it, but yeah.
How many game, how many different things have just been like grayed out, you can't click on forever, and like, all these different things. Yeah, so I thought that it was really sick. And then so you basically wake up in, I think it's like Streets, right?
It's
Streets
Ground
Tarkov.
Zero.
It's Ground Zero. It's like a piece of the map,
which is basically like a part of Streets, but yeah, it's in Ground Zero.
And I, went through, I think probably like the same way everyone else did. You searching the bodies, like getting a bunch of junk.
Playing the tape on the tape recorder thing.
Oh, I didn't get that.
You didn't do that?
I opened up the menu and saw the tape recorder and was like, "Oh, cool!" But like, did you
when you
find
you
one?
wake up, you walk 2 feet and there's a table in front of you, and on the corner of the table was a cassette tape, and then when you pick it up, you put it in and listen to it.
But see, here's the thing, though. Part of this is that like I'm primed to like feel uneasy.
Yeah.
If I'm playing fucking Oblivion, which we'll come back to, I'll walk up and see a book on a table and I'll read the book. I don't feel like I'm imminently going to die because the game's paused while I'm reading right.
Yeah.
But so like I was looking for guns.
Yeah,
I'm ready to be shot at. Right. I wasn't like looking at.
No, I think I think someone said in chat, even if you miss the tapes, those two that were in the intro, you can still listen to in the menu.
Okay, so I did listen to one where it was basically like the commander and like the British. Yeah. Okay, so I did listen to that. I did pick up a note.
Yep.
That was like scribbly.
Yeah.
Although like you can maybe kind of make out sort of what the note says, and then like when you view it, it just gives you like a short
translation.
It's like not. I don't know, just like didn't say anything really.
Yeah.
Not that that's like necessarily a bad thing, but one of the and I took a bunch of notes. One of the things that really like I was reminded of that I think is something that new players. I've been gone for so long that like some of the things I'm like, oh, right. The moment I saw the note. And I accidentally saw that it was like interactable. Like I was looking for whatever. I was like, oh, I was reminded of how fucking ambiguous everything is is that a trash bottle of water or is it a bottle of water?
Yeah,
they're the same fucking model.
They use the
right?
same asset.
Yeah, so there's just like when you have environments that are so rich and like a new player is gonna like look down at a cardboard box with books all over the place and just trash and they're gonna like, can I click on this? No, right? Like it's not super clear what you can interact with. I just know like, okay, that's the vodka bottle we've seen for years now. I can pick that up, but not that bottle over there, right? So that's something that I was like, okay. There was some good and bad to the like time, location, contextual like little tool tips.
Yeah.
The first one was basically, it might have been like how to turn on your flashlight, do a couple of things. The second one that popped up, it shows you how to like vault and maybe crouch.
Okay.
I've got crouch on like one of my mouse buttons.
Okay.
Like I think I have it on like my middle mouse button.
Yeah.
Because I just hate having C.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to ever touch C when I'm playing WSD. It just like
me either. I don't like anything.
The angle on my keyboard and stuff, it like hurts my wrist. So I just tend to have like crouch, all this other stuff like on my thumb or my the middle mouse. But the tooltip showed it as like double left click or something. Like the tooltip was it showed this because I had rebound everything like 2 months ago when I did a few raids with you.
Yeah.
Remember how we were in the raid on fucking
Shoreline or whatever?
Customs, and I'm like on the ground in the bush, like fuck, I gotta rebind all my shit.
Yep.
Because I had uninstalled, Tarkov. Well, so it maintained my controls.
Okay.
But I think the tooltip, I don't know, got confused.
Interesting.
It showed it either as like left or right click or something when it's middle mouse button. It wasn't really
okay.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a minor note. I was like, okay, well, I made it 14 seconds in. It's
Yeah.
already like a weird kind of bug. And then, and I even said this because I recorded it. And so I recorded my raid and the tutorial. I'm going to send it to Jesse. It's going to be on the Patreon, the podcast Patreon. Yes. Exclusive there. I may or may not play Tarkov again until fucking 2027. We'll see. But so I even said out loud, there's a tooltip that basically is like, you can press, 2 to like switch to your primary.
Yeah.
The funny thing is I just recently discovered my 3 just doesn't work. I don't know what happened.
Nice. Classic.
It just doesn't work. So like I couldn't switch to like my fucking second.
Yeah, your secondary primary. Yeah.
But so I was like liking the tooltips until there's the one that tells you to switch to your primary, and you don't have a primary.
Oh,
I was like, kind of like, it's just really simple, and I know that's one of those like little things that people be like, really, that's your like criticism, but like the whole point of these things is to naturally walk you through these things and to tell you what you should know at the time. It would have been really cool if it was like, if there was a dead body there that had like a gun. Yeah. When you picked up the gun, it was like, then press this button to switch.
Yeah. Because there was a couple dead bodies that had some primaries. There was an AK-12 somewhere. There was an MCX. But yeah, the tooltips were not timed with like those events. They would happen, I guess, just at like a set amount of time. Yeah.
It wasn't time. It was location based because I walked away and then walked back and the tooltip came up. And I walked away and I walked back and the tooltip came up.
Interesting.
So
okay.
So I think it's like a zone.
Yeah, maybe.
The same thing happened too when you are in the parking garage and there's like a thing, and then what you vault over it.
Yep.
I vaulted and it was like really smooth kind of. And not only was it smooth, but it was like I didn't go up as much as I thought.
Yes.
It's almost like you do like a sideways.
Yes. You just like throw your legs over it. Yep.
So I was like, oh, that was neat. I wanted to turn around and go back, and I like jumped up, and the tooltip like flashed on screen because I was like touched it.
Oh,
like,
interesting.
but you can't vault back over.
Interesting. Once you get over, interesting.
Yeah. So, but that's how I was like, oh, it's contextual because it popped up like it almost like flickered a couple times. So it was around that same point where I was like, oh shit. And because I had pulled up my menu, and I was like, I was really taking my time to go through this.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that long. You know, it was only a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, I'm at like 10 hydration. Like,
oh, really?
And I'm like, Jesus, like fuck, like that's, you know, like this is like really not a long tutorial, but it just goes to show you how quickly the metabolism. I was like, oh my God, really? And then I like drank like a apple drink. And then there was one that was like, I don't know, 60 out of 60. There was another one that was like 40 out of 60. And I drank it, and I was at like 60 hydrate. I'm like, what? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And as I was like saying, like, oh yeah, wow, this is gonna really be fun for all the new people that like deal with the hydrate. All of a sudden, the tooltip popped up about like you need to eat and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of fun timing.
Yep.
But like, I kind of got in a little bit of a peaky fight with some of the scavs or whatever. I had to heal a little bit, and then all of a sudden I look down and I'm taking damage because I'm at 0 hydration.
Oh, you're dehydrated.
So then I instantly drank a thing. And I don't know if this is new or if I just don't remember or if it's a bug or whatever, but I like drank, my hydration was up at like 30, and it still was like, had the thing saying you're dehydrated. I had the vision. Is it like almost not on a cooldown, but
yeah. It's been like that. It wasn't always like that. Like I remember,
it doesn't instantly fix it. It used to.
It used to instantly fix it, and now, it's like 10 to 20 seconds of you still being like, you're not taking damage anymore. I think that stops immediately, but the blurry vision and the dehydrated thing will stay up for like 10 or 20 seconds.
Yeah, because I drank the water, and the food and whatever, and got everything up to like 70 or 80. And then it was like, okay, I reloaded a couple magazines. Then I went to go peek, and my vision was burned. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, why? Somebody said it artificially dunked your hydration and energy for that part. Maybe it did.
Oh.
Maybe it was like, maybe it wasn't the normal rate.
Yeah.
It definitely felt way too fast.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I didn't notice it, but it wouldn't surprise me if you get to that zone and it just like thunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I wrote trash is the same as the lootable stuff. One of the first things I noticed was you went over to a duffel bag, loot the duffel bag, grab the stuff, walk away, take 3 steps, and zip behind me, and I'm like,
yeah.
Of course, it's Tarkov, right? Like,
that's so funny.
That dumb shit is still the phantom rezipping of the container, which I fucking hate. Yeah, so then I got to the tutorial, and I was like, yo, sick.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Pretty epic.
Then I get to the menu, and it's like, I listened to the audio tape, I read through some of the things, and I'm like, okay, I see I have the opening quest. And the opening quest is basically like, has some story, lore, whatever, and it basically gives you the kind of the choice. It's like you can talk to, I think, Prapor in Streets and Ragman Interchange.
Yeah.
And it's like, you won't be able to get through unless you talk to, or I'm like, okay, cool. Now, I need to like give context to my state of mind. Okay. People have been talking about, because I stayed away and I haven't seen anything with Lighthouse, Lightkeeper, with any of this stuff. Yeah. I've just had this idea, okay, about the traders in Raid.
Yeah.
I get a quest that says they're there, and I'm like, bro, I'm so fucking excited to experience this. I spawn on Interchange all the way at the end of the road. I run to the blue fence. I see, first person I see, pop, dead. I look, it's a hatchling. I haven't seen a hatchling since 2018. It's a fucking level 5 hatchling.
That's crazy.
I'm like, wow, it really is 2018. Like,
that's wild.
I haven't seen it was probably a guy that never played and was like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I should change the category. I'm not gonna change it to Tarkov though. I don't need the viewers or the drops or whatever. Need the headache.
Yeah.
Change it to podcast. So yeah, that was like really surprising to me. Like I just was,
I haven't seen a hatchling.
I haven't seen a hatchling ever. It might have just been unlucky.
Yeah, that is
probably
wild.
He just finished the tutorial, and yeah, so
Steam
I kill
player.
him, and then I run in on the rightmost side. It's literally, I'm like, I don't remember what the exfils are. I don't remember where anything is.
The side that looks like Idea.
I don't even remember.
Okay.
I just walked up the stairs, shot a couple of scavs. I went into the red electronics thing up at the top of the escalator.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the wooden floor one underneath that.
Okay,
just
so
you around.
Your Ollie side went to Texo. Yeah.
Yep. And then I just kind of went up sort of the middle. There was a bunch of things that were noticeably different since the last time I played. I don't know if it's 1.0 or if it's just, but like there was like a hole in the wall between like one of the stores and like
the middle.
In the middle, yeah. I was like, oh shit, like that's interesting. That's
1.0.
like it's almost like a mid lane now.
Yep.
And there were a few times too where I was like, I actually don't know if that was a player scav or a scav. I think the scavs were doing a lot more running than they used to.
They do a lot more.
They never used to run. It was always they'd walk, and then maybe they'd run to like slide cover.
Yeah.
Kind of. But at one point I heard like sprinting and then like stop, breathing a little bit, and then sprint up the escalator. And I'm like,
so they'll literally like not just like lean like a robot. They'll lean, peek around the corner, then unpeak, then lean, peek around a corner and unpeak. But it's AI.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I think I killed like 14 scavs or something. And I made it all the way to like the kind of middle section. And I was like, okay. And I pulled up the quest and I'm like,
where's the trader?
Where's Ragman? Because I've been hearing everyone forever talk about the in-raid, this and that, and and the game basically says, go talk to the trader. He's in interchange.
Yeah.
Like the quest says he's there. So I'm like, where the fuck? So I go like pretty much all the way around.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I am going to do what I would normally do if this was real life. I wasn't recording. I wasn't streaming. I'd fucking, go in a corner, crouch down, and go on my laptop and Google where's Ragman. And the first thing I find on the Escape from Tarkov subreddit from 5 days ago, where is Therapist and Ragman? I can't find them. And then the first thing is there's a visit now button in the trader menu. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I've never been so happy to die to a player scav than that moment, because I'm like, get me out of this fucking raid. And I'm like, there's no I'm like, I hope it's Reddit being Reddit, and I hope they're wrong and they're lying. Like, please. And then I go to the trader menu, and dude, I swear to God, I know I'm blind, okay? I was looking, I'm like,
I had to have chat tell me where the button is.
I even looked to see, like, because people were talking about the way that people had described it. And I recognize that, like, me, I don't know, maybe this is stupid of me, but there's been all these talks and rumors about the traders in raid.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a thing on Lightkeeper? Wasn't he in raid?
Lightkeeper is in raid.
So I don't know what that looks, but so it's not crazy for when the game says it and everyone's talking about it. Now, a bunch of people talked about their like character model animation stuff and without any other context. So every bit of me was like, finally, we get to see what the traders are like in raid. but I'm like, but before I even started the raid, I went to go click, like, there's no quest, there's no nothing, there's no whatever. I can't do anything. Okay. So like the UI reinforced that it's just the button there's like tabs and stuff. And then there's just like a random button kind of
like
off
in the middle.
In the center. Yeah. And I just didn't see it.
I didn't see it either for a good long while.
So I killed like 15 scavs and then I died. There's like on the opposite side, all those like concrete kind of ramps with like the fencing.
Yep.
And there's like forklifts and shit on top. I see like a scav that was kind of running, and I like peeked over, and the whole time I've been trying to do like my little like flicks with like the AK, you know, like the Vepr iron sights.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, I'm like extra blind, fucking trying to, and I can't see shit. So then finally I'm like, all right, I'm actually gonna like take the time to line up, because the scavs up until this point were like stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And I was like applauding the game. I'm like, thank God that they're actually like incompetent, because it's like it's a better experience if you know, if the normal drunken ass hobos aren't insta tapping you. And then literally the next one I see, I'm like, I'm gonna line up the shot to the headshot. And I was like, oh fuck. Now it was a player scav. So I don't feel so bad. It was like a god tier shot from the guy.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm like, good. I don't even remember what the exfil. I don't want to run there anyway. I've just got some junk on me, some garbage ass whatever. And then I go to the trader and I see visit.
Yep.
And I click the button. And it was like what I saw. I feel bad. Okay. I actually feel bad. I don't want to shit on it. But this is some Bethesda ass.
Yeah, some GoldenEye ass.
I was like, damn, dog.
Okay.
And then finally, the last thing. Finally. So she's talking and whatever, and I can't read. I'm not reading the subtitles. I'm distracted by her like mouth moving animation. Yeah. Like, so I'm like trying to fucking read the subtitles, looking at her face. I'm like not following whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, at least now I can do a quest. I can see what the quest is.
Yeah. And
her first thing is, give me 250,000 rubles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, excuse me? Give you 250,000? What do you start with? Like 500,000?
It depends on what edition you have, but yeah.
Like, that's great. Because it was like, I don't have it, or I do, and I'm like, oh my God, okay. So then I give her the money, and I'm like, at least now I can see what the quest, and it's like, do you have any jobs for me? And she's like, nah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? It was like dick punch after disappointing dick punch. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alt F4. It's just Tarkov now. And I remember what this is like. Yeah. Just a parent disappointed in his son.
Okay. So I hope that you sorry. There was a bug going around with the textures where some people's textures were like not loading in for the traders, and so they genuinely looked like PlayStation 2 graphics. So did you get that, or was it more like Bethesda?
It was graphics? Some Oblivion ass.
Okay.
If they had done like a jump scare zoom in on the face, it would have been like, oh God.
Yeah. Okay.
The hero of fucking Bravich or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the full res then. What you got was the full res. Some people were like, literally, it was like GoldenEye 64.
Kavach. Sorry, Kavach. The hero of Kavach.
Okay, so there's a lot to go through. We'll start with the traders because that's what we're talking about.
I didn't even click on Ragman to watch.
You should have, bro.
And this motherfucker was like, give me 250,000 rubles. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Now give me a real quest.
Yeah.
And she says, nope, I got nothing for you. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, fucking. I need to remove the arm that's elbow deep inside my ass immediately, and I'm gonna mega bonk.
Yeah. So the traders. So here's the deal with the traders, is like, I don't know. I'm not trying to come to the defense of BSG. I think the trader thing is, here's what I'm going to say about the traders. The trader thing is lackluster if you have played Escape from Tarkov before and had an expectation of what the traders were going to be. If you're like a Steam, like put yourself in the mind of like a Steam player, like that's brand new to the game. You would like figure out that UI eventually because that button is in a weird ass spot. And it wouldn't be that crazy that the traders were like these physical people you talk to when you want quests. If you just want to buy from them, you just buy from them. You don't have to talk to them. And then whatever. Do the graphics.
But you know that there's some Steam Timmy that right now is on his 9th interchange raid because he just insta dies because he's
for sure
or whatever.
Looking for
and is still looking for Ragman.
No. Yes. I'm not saying that was communicated well. I'm just saying the general concept of the traders being interactable and like you can like talk to them when there's like lore and quests to do and then trade with them when you just want to trade with them. That's not that crazy. For the Tarkov crowd, I don't remember. This isn't me coming to BSG's. I don't remember if BSG ever said, we're going to put the traders in the raids and you're going to have to go into the raids to interact with them. I don't remember if they ever said that or if that was like a thing that like the community, like the nice guy Sons of Soon, because I know what they did do was they used to every once in a while share like the 3D models of therapists, right? And it wouldn't surprise me if like somebody saw that and then made a video about how like therapist is going to be on customs and then everybody ran with that and then that's what people thought for 5 years and then now people are like, God damn it, they said that they were going to put the traders in, and I actually don't remember. Lighthouse is an in-raid trader. You actually have to queue Lighthouse, you have to go to the bridge, you have to cross the bridge, you have to walk up the thing, and you have to interact with him, and his graphics are better than the thing, and it really is like an in-raid trader. Like that's cool. But yeah.
So I remember. This is a thing I won't do because I don't care enough. But like, I feel like I remember you talking a ton about like either being excited for the in-raid traders when they're in raid, and because of the Lightkeeper, was it like
once again
like how is it that
I just don't remember if that was like a community made up thing or if they talked about it. Now, once again, I'm not coming to there's a 50% chance that like there's 100%. 50% chance there's 100%. There's a 50% chance that there's a podcast out there where Nikita, like somebody's going to find it and send it to me in the comments and I'm going to like thumbs up respond and be like, bro, you're right. Where Nikita's like, we are going to put all the traders in raid. Like, I'm not saying, I just like, you know, the EFT community, and it would be the least surprising thing for somebody to have interpreted what Nikita said, made a video about it, and then for 5 years, that's what everybody thought was happening. Like, that would be the least surprising thing to come out of the Tarkov community. And when we got this, and there were a lot of people who were like, man, I'm really disappointed. I thought the traders were going to be in raid. I thought we were going to interact with them more. I just was like, now that we're here, I can't remember if they ever actually said that was going to be a thing or if we made that up. But either way, you are right that from the Tarkov community, there was quite a bit of disappointment that like that's it, like that's all we got from them. You know what I mean?
We'll have to ask. I literally Googled like Tarkov in raid traders, and I'm trying to look to see how far back it goes.
Somebody will do it in the comments. I'll freaking pin your comment. You know what I mean? I'm not. Somebody will find it for sure.
One of the first things I saw was from August. It was a nice guy video. The title in all caps: "In raid traders at Tarkov release."
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Which either proves my point or proves.
Whoa! 2 results after that is episode 101 of the Pogcast.
Damn.
Events, in-raid traders, and Tarkov science.
Yo. And maybe in that episode, we were
I wonder what we said.
Directly quoting Nikita. Yeah.
Wait, show transcript. Wait. Oh my God. Is this a feature? For a car you could... Whoa, what the fuck, dude? Oh my God, wait. Total side note. I'm like, I hit show the transcript for the video because I want to search it. And starting at 3 seconds, I'm just going to read some of this transcript out of context. For a car, you could buy 12 2006 Corollas. For that much, nobody ever does that. It's like, oh, sick, dude. I wish I could, like, it's just like, dude, what the hell? Like, every time I drive by a Red Lobster, I pull into the Skin parking lot. I open up the door and I go, I would never eat lobster. Seafood is freaking gross. And then I get back in my car. I just leave. Music. That must be like the cold open. Yeah. Oh my God. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, the show dedicated to talking about all the progress things in life, like music, content creation, and video games. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jessica. Sam, I was fighting every urge to call it and any one of the other names we've been calling, and I'm Veritas, the co-host of the Creamcast. What the fuck?
What was happening?
Auto-generated transcript. What was the Red Lobster? I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna.
Just let that. Go find that out yourself. Podcast episode 101. Anyways, suffice it to say that I empathize with the disappointment that is what we got from the physicalized traders. Because I definitely, well, okay, here's the thing. At one point, I 100% believed that the traders were all going to be in raid. I think if you had asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have said there is no chance in hell. Actually, I was asked that all the time. Maybe, and so here's the thing. Maybe it was BSG all along that was telling us that there were going to be in-raid traders. Maybe it was me that changed. But I've known for months that there was like a 0% chance that we were going to get them in raid. Because, I mean, you think about like, well, okay, you don't know because you haven't been to Lightkeeper, but like Lightkeeper requires like an entire part of the map that you can only access if you do a shit ton of quests. And there's like a karma system tied to that like geolocation part of the map. Like if you can have your gun out on that lighthouse, but if you shoot another player, it resets your like trader standing with Lightkeeper, and like the cultists shoot you if you shoot a player while you're on there, and then that starts another quest chain. Like there was no way we were gonna get 7 more of those, you know what I mean, at 1.0. But I, just because there was no way I trusted them to have accomplished that doesn't mean that it was wrong if they said they were going to do it, that they didn't. Like, does that make sense? Anyways, yeah. The traders, that's it. You interact with them and you talk to them and you really just interact with them for the main story, for the lore. And then that's it. So to like back up a little bit and just talk about like generally 1.0. He said I'm prepared to get nuked here, and then post a link and it auto bombed him. Anyways, so like to back up a little bit and just like talk about 1.0 after playing it for like a week, because it came out 5-6 days, playing it back to playing it. I feel like the way I've been describing it is they took Tarkov and they put bookends on it. Mm-hmm. They gave the game a beginning and they gave the game an end. But everything in the middle is pretty much the same. Right? Like and that is kind of what I expected. Like if you go back to the past couple podcasts before Tarkov came out, what we were talking about, and even like 6 months ago when I was playing a lot of Tarkov and I was even just frustrated with Tarkov when I was like, all they're going to do is just like Like, even when I was like frustrated, I was like, Tarkov is just going to be Tarkov, but with terminal and storyline quests. That is it. Like, they added a tutorial and they added some cinematic lore and they added the traders and they gave it a more like you were saying, like almost legitimate video game beginning, right? Like that you would expect out of a game that you bought. And they gave it an end, which I haven't gotten there, and I don't know if anybody's gotten there, actually. But, like, there are multiple endings to the story that, like, change whatever, and, like, apparently you can escape Tarkov and whatever. But everything in the middle is 99.5% exactly the same as the Tarkov that we've had. Now, that was exactly what I expected 1.0 to be. So, it was exactly what I thought it would be. I do think that there's some portion of the community that were expecting it to be more, and I think that's totally understandable, right? Over the years, we've gotten a lot of things talked about. They've shown footage of like body dragging, down states, freaking drones, deployable things, lock picking, breach and clear, bang and clear.
All the things that were in the menus as options that I assume are not there anymore. I didn't even check.
They're gone. They're not there anymore. First person takedowns it was confirmed that a visual overhaul was supposed to come to the game. All sorts of stuff like that were teased, that were talked about, that were even like assets were shown, not just like pie in the sky stuff, but like we had assets shown of like dragging bodies and stuff like that. I can totally empathize that from a lot of people in the Tarkov space, there was like an expectation that 1.0 was going to be this different thing, right? Like there were going to be a lot of new features like that. And you even had a lot of people that were connected to the project, a long time ago, be tweeting. They're like, guys, you're not ready. Like 1.0 is going to be a completely different game. It's going to be this whole different thing. And it really just isn't. You know what I mean? It really is just Tarkov with more quests. But like I've been really trying to be careful about how I say that when people ask me, because here's the reality. Tarkov with more quests and a better intro and a better tutorial and a better ending is a great game for a lot of people. Like, I've been really trying to parse out, like, the fact that I have 10,000 hours in the game and I'm just kind of over it, and, like, the quality of the product. You know what I mean? Like, I did a kind of, this is no way like an authoritative poll, but earlier I had dropped, so I had like 1,000, 1,500 people in, and I was like, guys, just quick poll. I was like, what do you guys feel about 1.0? WL or meh? And it was like 49% meh, 49% W, 2% L's. And I was like, sick. I was like, cool. Like that's cool. You guys are vibing with it. Like, I think a lot of people that haven't played in a really long time or didn't play a whole lot in total or are relatively new players or are like, bought it for Steam and are coming in like for the release. Like, I think they're kind of getting what they expected, which is like a hardcore, crazy, intense ass extraction shooter. And the experience is like, in a lot of ways, Tarkov, like, yes, there are some bugs in the game that have been in the game for 500,000 years and will be in the game for 500,000 years. 100%. I'm in no way trying to flip my script here and say Tarkov is a perfect game. But they've added a lot over these years. There's a lot to do in the game. And I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people are vibing with it. It did nothing for me, like, emotionally. Like, the tutorial was sick as fuck. And then I played 3 raids and I was like, okay, when drops are over, I'm back on Arc Raiders. You know what I mean? Like, it just, but I really think that that's just because, like, I'm just over it. You know what I mean? Which is not necessarily an indictment of the game. You know what I mean? And so I've been really trying hard to, like, because people come in the stream, they want to know. They want to be like, dude, how are you feeling about it? Like, and I really don't want to, like, put anybody down on it or be like, it's fucking sucks. But it's like, it's not It's not doing it for me. I'm not like super stoked to go get the Pocket Watch again. But you might have a good time. Like, I think what they added in 1.0 has been great. I think the tutorial is good. I think the lore is good. I love how lore heavy the storyline quests are. Like, when you read the transcripts of like when you're going through the storyline quests, like you didn't see much of them because yours was basically like go to interchange, talk to Ragman, and then you were done. But like they sprawl out. There's like I don't know how many of them. I still don't know how many of them are actually like important, but there's like, I have like 7 task chains that are all considered main storyline quests. And each of those 7, I'm like on part anywhere between like 1 and part 11 of those.
And are they totally new?
Completely
quests?
New, dude. They're like, and they're so just like dripping in like context and lore. Like there's one where the plane on a woods, that crash plane that's always been there by the Jaeger letter, you like have to go there and then report back to Proper, and then he's like, go get the flight recorder, and then you get the flight recorder, and then you hand it in, and he's like, you have to find a bunch of tools, like you have to give him tool sets and a couple other things, and then he breaks it open, and then like he decodes the information, and then you have to go drop that information off on Shoreline so some shady dude can come get it, and it's like all new stuff. There's this like quest line called Batia or something, where like you're trying to figure out what happened between these like warring factions, and so you go to like one camp on Interchange, and you pick up like a note and a document and a thing and a tape, and then you read it, and then you go to woods, and there's this like small camp that was like all lit on fire, and you find like a grave, like a makeshift grave, and you pick up like a dog tag, and like it's sick, dude. Like it's cool. The storyline quests are cool, but dude, the amount of people I had ask this on the first day, which was, Jesse, do you know if you can play the main story with friends? I was like, oh, you thought this was going to be like Call of Duty, where it's like you're at the main screen and you click multiplayer or you click campaign. I was like, oh no, yeah, this is just more Proper saying, go find this, and you clicking woods and going to find it, right? And so there's novelty in that it's all new stuff, and it's novelty in that the stuff you're doing is much more connected to the world and the maps you're in, as opposed to just like go find 3 graphics cards and 12 CPU fans. There's novelty there, but it is still just like Proper says, go to woods and do a thing for me. And then you go to woods and you die, and then you go to woods and you die, and then you go to woods and you die, and then you go to woods and you finally get the good spawn, and you go do the thing, and then you come back and you turn it in. It's like, it really is just more quests. And so like, I love it and I hate it, right? It's like, I think these are some of the better quests they've ever made, but they're still just asking me to essentially do the same thing the quests ask of me, which is like go in a raid, find a thing, and then come back.
I have thoughts, and they're complicated.
Mine are too, which I'm trying to like navigate the minefield. Like, I don't know.
So yeah, I'm with you on so much of what you're saying. The game as a standalone thing, like I don't even have to like experience and to know that like it's probably fine. Like,
yeah,
but I personally don't really care about what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it to you this way. There's multiple layers of this. So I think you having like a sober take on like what realistic expectations were and how many people didn't have realistic expectations. And my memory is broken, fallible. I'm sure I have said the opposite of things I've said. Like, I'm not sure, right?
Yeah.
But my memory is that like the people you're describing as having unrealistic expectations was you a year ago. Even more. Like,
yeah. 100%.
Like Jesse of 2024, if you were to show him what we have now, you would have been like, what the? That's what I've been fucking like 2018 me, 2019 me, all of the OGs. We all have this expectation and this thing that's been going on for so long. And I remember at some point last year making the point where it's like, guys, they've announced 1.0. Everyone then was still talking about all of these things that could not have possibly fit in there. I'm like, guys, game's coming out. Like, either we're going to get hit with these banger things that they've been working on for 5 years that, like, we got surprised with the snow. We got surprised with the airdrops. Those were, like, more of a massive change than 1.0.
I agree.
And even I said, like, a couple of months ago, I was like, I think, like, we might get, it's possible they're cooking up some major shit. We got surprised with those other things.
Yeah.
So all I can say is that, like, putting aside in a vacuum as a game to any other individual person separate from history.
Yeah.
It's one thing. But it's like the thing, I don't know. There's like this thing, we've had this feeling, this expectation, this excitement for a thing.
Yeah.
That we never even got close to. And I can't articulate what we were.
No, dude, I'm tracking with you. I'm tracking with you 100%.
Like, we were shooting for the sun and we got to over the tree in my front yard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like, cool. That's high, man. Like, I can't jump that high.
It's higher than we were last year, but it's nowhere near the sun. There he is. I knew he was in there. He's back. Analogy Veritas is back. When I was talking about unrealistic expectation and realistic expectations, I wasn't talking about that through the lens of the people with the unrealistic expectations were like dumb for having those expectations. I think if you're like sub 1,000 hours into the Tarkov culture, that is the only expectation. Like, you know what I mean? Based on like what the BSG's been tweeting and the podcasts of the past and the YouTube and all that kind of stuff. What I was saying was that I was only able to like cross the threshold into a more realistic expectation because of like how much I've just beat my head into this wall and seen, like you did seen the writing on the wall to be like, oh, there ain't no way all that's coming in the game. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I don't think that the people that had like, yeah, if you had the expectation that 1.0 was going to be like actually in-raid traders, body dragging, whole new mechanics, maybe additional maps, like, I think that was a realistic, like, that was the right expectation. That's just not what we got. You know what I mean? Because of whatever. And so it's hard to parse through it all. The feelings are complicated. I think what we got elevates the game. I think it feels more like a legitimate video game with the tutorial, with the intro, with lore, with the storyline quests, and with something to work towards, an ending to the game. And now the characters we're playing right now are never going to wipe again, by the way. The wipes are over. You're at some point in the future, they're going to give every account a second character that will wipe seasonally that you can elect to play or not play. That's how I understand it right now. If you're watching this in the future, maybe they divulge more information, but that's how I understand it right now. So now there is no like, so now, you know, there's this ending that like you can like slowly work towards at your own pace because you're not having to like, I need to finish it before the wipe. So what they added elevates the game. But I think that's a really good way to put it. We were shooting for the sun, hoping to get the moon, and we plopped over the tree in the backyard. And that's just like, and that's the highest we've ever gotten. So it's like, those are the 4 layers. Tarkov might be the best it's ever been, but it's well short of what we maybe were realistically expecting to get, which was short of what we were hoping to get. And those are the like 4 layers of the shit cake.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
So much of our collective conversation over the years, and I even want to like go to the timestamp where the transcripts that when we're talking, and I almost want to like listen to like a little bit of what we were saying in 2022.
Oh man.
But so much of our collective conversation for years was something that by itself seems like a reasonable statement and is true. And that is, we don't know what Tarkov 1.0 is going to look like.
Yeah.
By itself, that's a true, right? The thing is that there was always an underlying unstated premise, which is surely it'll be different than what we look at now.
Yeah.
And what this is it's not.
It's not.
Right? Like we saw The Empire Strikes Back and we were like, oh, okay, when they're done with the whole thing, it's going to be a totally different movie. And it was New Hope and then the Jedi, Return of the Jedi. And it was like, oh, it's just the core. That's a terrible analogy, by the way. I'm lost again. I'm broken.
He's untethered.
Oh God. I'm a Han Solo in the fucking kryptonite. And it's not kryptonite.
In the kryptonite.
Oh, no.
I'm Han Solo.
Han Solo in the kryptonite.
In the kryptonite.
He says confidently, the kryptonite. What's happening? I've lost my mind.
Hold on. Now I can't think of what it was. What was he frozen? Carbonite.
Carbonite. Yeah, not kryptonite. Fuck me. Oh my God. Ay. Fuck. So
anyways.
Yeah, dude, like if you listen to all of the things we have been saying, those 2 line charts, mine started earlier.
Yeah.
Yours started here. It's the same line chart.
The
it's
same
just like,
line chart. Yeah.
It was like, we can't wait to see what this game is gonna be.
Yeah.
And again, like the unstated premise there is it's gonna be, dude, like now what we have now, remember the conversations we had about how crazy would it be if like all of these emergent in-raid things with servers and all this stuff and open world Tarkov and like all of this brother, we've never been more wrong than the last 7 years.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, oh God.
No, for sure, man. And that's 100%. That is the danger. That's the inherent danger of like an early access title, right? Where like the promise of what's to come is the allure to bring new players to the game. And it's the carrot on the end of the stick that keeps players in the game. And, you know, Nikita used to do the Nikki leaks. Remember that? Like every podcast, he would like just like pull up some folders of like random assets of shit they were working on. And we ate that shit up. And I'm like, and it was just like, that was when the community was a whole lot smaller. And it was just like, we were just like drowning in the potential of what this game could be. And the past 5 years have been, the past 4 or 5 years have been like the reality check of like, oh fuck, the game blew up and it cost a lot more to run. And they needed to, you know, remember they were doing their own anti-cheat back then and they needed an anti-cheat and it like got famous and then it got famous for all the wrong reasons and then all this kind of stuff. And then they were still trying to put everything in the game with the spaghetti code and on like old versions of Unity. And we got the beta, like, you know what I mean? That was the thing. That was the promise. It was always from all the people that were like close and like, you know, in the behind the scenes conversation with the kid, everyone was like, yeah, my guy, you're not even ready for like how different it's going to be. And I think that just like that fell short. You know what I mean? It is not at all different at all. It is just the Tarkov we had 3 weeks ago with more quests and a tutorial. Like,
yeah. Like, and the tutorial was 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole idea, the thing that has been the response that we've all gone, yeah, sure, okay, I guess that makes sense, is, it's a beta. Things would that means, right? Like, all the unstated these are the things that are silently in the background, is don't worry about XYZ ABC 1 2 3. It's easy as do re mi.
Bars
are in the game now, but that's because, aren't in the game or are in the game or whatever, right? Like, I'm incoherent.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just, like, it's a beta means, we're playing a shell.
Yeah, we're playing an unfinished. Yeah.
And when it is done, these things won't be a problem, and there will be other things to solve them.
Yeah.
And as far as I can tell, none of those things are fixed.
Correct.
And none of the things that we thought were gonna come with explicitly or sort of implicitly, the nebulous vision of like what it could be.
Yeah. And that's a good way to put it. You can basically bin everything, all of the expectations, into like two bins, which is like one, fixes to like the economy. Okay, well at 1.0 they will have dialed in the vision for like the PMC economy and what we want from the traders and what we want from the player market. Like they will have used all of the beta and the data bars to like create, they'll know what they want. Or like they'll have locked in the audio. They weren't working on that. No, this. Or like, so there's like fixes, and fixes aren't always bugs. That's why I threw in economy. Like fixes to, they will know and understand how they want something to work. And then the other bin is like mechanics. We'll have whole new stuff like body dragging, or I'll be able to heal my teammates, or maybe the down state that they talked about. So maybe unless I get headshot, I can go down and my teammate like that would dramatically change how the game was played. And those things were like talked about or maybe leaked in the past or talked about Nikita. In-raid traders, if I can only get stuff from proper, if I go in and then I have to secure it, like that would. So you can kind of bin everything into those. Nothing came out of those buckets into 1.0. Nothing. We got no new mechanics, and we got little b bug fixes, tons of bug fixes. Like they fixed a bunch of shit for sure, but like capital F fixes, like the economy is. They actually did something interesting with the flea market we're going to talk about later, but like the economy is not. It's the exact same economy. It's the exact same
found and raid kind of rules.
It's the same found and raid. It's the same like arena. You can just play arena and shovel money to your character. You can still buy dope ass shit. You can still buy dope ass shit from Ref. They made that stuff more expensive, but like it's crazy. Like if there was one lesson you would have thought they have learned after all these years, because they've done this 1,000 times, it's that you don't fix a broken thing by making it more expensive. Making money is so easy to do to the players that have 10,000 hours. Just making something 200 GP coins instead of 100 does nothing to the economy. So it's like, so I guess that's a good way to put it. Nothing came out of those like big capital F fixes based on like, surely they'll know what they want the game to be like when it gets there. And nothing came out of the new mechanic bucket. We largely just got like with the amount of content we got in Tarkov 1.0, it really just is a wipe. We got an interchange expansion. We got a new map that I think less than 5% of all Escape from Tarkov players will ever make it to. And we got a tutorial and new quests. What?
I have another elaborate metaphor.
Oh yes, take me down the rabbit hole.
You know when dogs get like they get like surgery or whatever, or like flea stuff put on, there's like the cone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Imagine hypothetically you're let's say an obese man. Okay.
Okay.
Tarkov, Nikita is your personal trainer. Okay.
Okay.
And he promises you are going to be a fitness model.
Okay.
You can't see. You got to put you can't look down. You can't see anything, right? You got the cone on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
He fucking tortures you. You're in the weight room. You're lifting shit. It hurts. He's like, one more bitch. Keep going. Another set. You think we're done? We got another hour left. You're torturing yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole time he's going, trust me. Trust me. This is all for a reason. Think about how much you're learning, how much you're developing, how much stronger you're getting doing the things, right?
Yeah.
8 years of torture, and you're like, oh my God, I'm so ready. And they rip the cone off, and you're standing naked in front of the mirror, and you're 30 pounds heavier. But you have somehow more like stretch marks.
Yeah.
But like you can lift a little more than when you started.
Yeah.
You're just like, how many years have we been saying this thing they're doing is fucking AIDS? This thing over here is cancer. This thing sucks. This is terrible. And it was always, but at least they're figuring out.
Yeah, at least they're getting the data. At least they're learning.
They know what to do with the scavs, to turn them up, make them better, change the behavior, blah, 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 with the economy, with the found and raid. They know, trust me, bro. They know all this. The flea market changed the pricing of everything, how to balance the ammo, all this stuff. It's going to make sense, bro. Trust me. And I don't think that we can point to anything other than maybe the quests where we were like, that's why we had such a fucking terrible trader economy or flea market because look what they did with our struggles and our pain. It was always, we're experimenting, we're testing, we're learning. Trust me. And completely and utterly fruitless. For the first thing I noticed, spawn in interchange. Oh, my fucking eyeballs. We were shooting for the sun, all right, because interchange is located on it.
Yeah, the lighting is very bright. Very bright.
And then I get inside and I'm like, I can't see. The lighting inside is definitely different, but I'm like, fuck, I can't see shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's right. And then I hear footsteps. I'm like, oh, fuck. And it's like a ghost because, they're above me.
Yeah.
Damn, if only Steam Audio existed in 2021 or whatever.
I loaded I clipped it because I loaded into my very first PMC right after the tutorial. With Airwing Marine, we ran 4 feet, and then he like lagged and did the thing.
Oh, I had like I was rubber banding on my. Remember back in the day?
Yep.
When like you didn't rubber band for yourself?
Yes.
And then one day, I think it was like shortly around when they added the first factory expansion.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
I remember like seeing a clip where it was like somebody was like rubber banding, and it was like, that's new. Oh my God, that's new.
Yeah.
Because there never was like, you never experienced the rubber banding. Everyone just froze.
And that was why that was part of why the desync was so bad, because you didn't have any feedback that you were desynced from the server. You were just going about your merry way. And then they will like made it with like, okay, well, you'll rubber band. So if you rubber banded in a fight, that was frustrating, but that was why. Yeah.
I was excited to rubber band because that meant like, oh, they're doing something with the net code. Something's happened. Like now Yeah. But instead, I was just like, while I was running through interchange a bunch. And and then also I was looting a scavin at one point and I was like, like 8 feet up in the air, like fucking freaking out. I think it was like, cause in interchange, there's that like little elevator shaft scaffolding thing that you can kind of go up.
Yeah.
With the wood, I killed a player scav like running in and out of that, and he was like right in the entrance way of that. And I kind of kitty cornered myself and started looting him, and my body was like it was like floating up in the air, 10 feet, coming back down. And I'm just like, while I'm just like looting his shit from him, and my body's like going all over the place.
Oh my God. Yeah, and then like. So yeah, and once again, I wanted this to be the best more than anybody. You know what I mean? But the other hardship of it, I guess I just get through the hardships of it, was like it was like you're exactly what you expected in terms of like the wipe experience. So like they did like a 3-hour, 2.5-hour podcast beforehand where they were like kind of like reminiscing and talking about the game, and they were talking about how they like scaled up their server infrastructure like 3x in order to prepare for to 1.0 and this kind of stuff. And then like they ended the podcast and the game went live, and it was a total mess, bro. It was genuinely like 36 hours of struggle for some people. Like there were all sorts of issues with Steam. There were all sorts of issues with the client. It was like 5 hours after the game went live before I got to do my first raid or something like that. There was all sorts of stuff where like people were like VPN to like LA to get the download started. It was like the 16.5-hour stream I did on day one. We did less than 10 raids. It was crazy. It was like, no, maybe more than 10 raids, but it wasn't a lot. It was really, really tough, like really, really bad in terms of launch stuff. There was all sorts of stuff wrong with Steam, and it was just like, which is exactly what you don't want to see. You know what I mean? Like, but it was just, it was tough. Yeah, and then the paid sub drop. Did you hear anything about that?
You told me, I think.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, we talked about this after the Patreon, but yeah, there was like the drops started, but the drops that people were paying for did not start, but nobody knew that because never in the history of the drops have those two things ever been decoupled. Every other time ever that they've done the paid drop thing, the minute the drops start, the paid drops start as well. And so when people confirmed that the drops had started, because you can look in your drops inventory thing and see that it was tracking, people started gifting subs, but then it was not working. And so people were like, stop. And then a lot of people had spent money and they still haven't fixed that or talked about if they're going to figure out how to retroactively do that. Like, I don't know. That was kind of a cluster. The server infrastructure was a cluster. The bugs were egregious on day one. The rubber banding was pretty insane. My FPS is on average lower than before. There were tons of issues just getting access to the game and crashes. I don't know if you saw this clip, but Axel, and who knows how many other, but Axel was just somehow given God mode and spent several raids like running around and was untouchable. And I think he didn't like do anything. He didn't like kill anybody or take anything out of the raid, but he was just like God mode, which was super tough. Like, yeah, I don't know. It was rough. It was rough. The launch of it was rough.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the better features that they implemented was one of the first things you see is a screen that pops up and basically says, listen, you're going to die. Get prepared to lose all your shit. It's probably your internet connection anyway. So if you're getting bent over and penetrated, don't fucking at me. It's not my fault. Surely it's not the game's fault. It's your fucking internet connection. Okay,
yeah.
Peace. Okay, cool. Like,
yep.
Wow, that's just a summary of like communication between the developers and the game. Like, you're going to get fucked. And it's your internet connection.
It's your internet connection's fault.
Acknowledge they might as well have been one of those force you to scroll down before the check mark that you're forced to click, right? Don't you love that when the terms of service requires you scroll down?
Yeah.
They should have had one of those and have the check mark be like, I acknowledge that it's my fault.
Yeah. Just, it's my fault. Check. Yep.
Sorry, daddy, spank me more. It's my fault. With just a picture of Pratpor with a ball gag. And...
Now, on that note, before we move on and talk about some of the last stuff there, and then we can talk about whatever you got going on, I do want to take a quick second and thank the second sponsor for this episode, and that is Chubbies. Oh my God. It is fall, and their fall collection of clothes is immaculate. I don't have my flannel because it's on the watch because I wore it like 3 times this week. You got yours on, bro.
Bro, you can't even tell that this is like...
Dude, their flannel line is insane. The perfect weight for a flannel. It's like the most comfortable material that I've ever worn in my life. Their Dude. Excellent.
You can't even tell that because I have 2 other flannels from them. Dude, I was literally like selling it to someone who was over my house the other day, talking about how fucking amazing the flannel is. I wear mine like I get out of bed, and when I'm in my pajamas, before I used to grab like a hoodie and put it on if it was like cold or whatever. Now it's like I just grab the flannel. It's almost like a little go-to quick little jacket because it's so nice, it's so warm, it's so soft. I swear to God, I've just been going between like flannel A, flannel B, and then the newest one, flannel C. When it doesn't, they have flannels that like aren't the typical sort of
like red and plaid. Yeah.
It's so incredibly soft. It's so stretchy.
Yeah.
I have kind of shamelessly been doing the thing where it's like, I wore this yesterday. You think people will notice on stream? I got a t-shirt on underneath, so really it's not like I'm actually even wearing this, right?
Exactly.
Oh, dude, I love it.
No, 100%. Their flannels are insane. Their sweater is really nice too. It's like in between it's like in between like a flannel. It's got like the weight of a flannel, maybe a little bit heavier. It's not like a hoodie, like a big hoodie, which is like perfect for me because it's not like cold. It's just a little chilly. So like that hoodie, I got the gray one. It's got the pockets. It's really nice. Their everywhere pants are awesome. I wear their over the summer, their shorts, once again, super stretchy where you want them to be. Like their shorts are perfect. I have like 6 pairs of Chubby shorts now, and the pants are just like everything you love about the Chubby shorts in pants, which is like, oh, perfect. So yeah, their whole like fall, I know the shorts and the swimsuits were like what put them on the map, and the whole skies out, thighs out, but their whole line of like fall clothes are like chef's kiss. Very, very great. So for a limited time, our Chubbies is giving our listeners 20% off your purchase at Chubbies.com with the promo code The Pogcast. Yeah, I knew there was a the in there somewhere. With the promo code The Pogcast at checkout. But if it's Black Friday, skip the code and take advantage of even bigger markdowns during their exclusive Black Friday sale. Just head to chubbiesshorts.com, and whether it's Black Friday or using our code, just make sure to support our show and tell them that we sent you. Thank you so much to Chubbies for sponsoring this episode. So
okay, wait. I want to play this.
Play me like one of your French girls.
Yeah. I'm gonna play you just like that. Let's see. Can you? Oh God.
Yep. And then we got 2 tweets from Nikita. One with
bad?
I just hate my voice. Bunch of therapist concept art, and then one with a bunch of proper concept art.
Mm-hmm.
And
May 2022.
You can take that on anywhere from the spectrum of here's some cool concept art to these are going to be the people. These are going to be the first 2 in-game traders after the Lightkeeper. You know what I mean? Like, and this is like what they could use. Which is
they're just updating their fucking avatars.
Or they're just updating their avatars. Yeah. They've shown us though, like 3D models of proper in the past. But that's just one of those things that it's been so long since he's talked about. Like, I don't think we can take what he's said in the past about it. Because at one point, the plan was it wasn't even like a secret. Like the plan was like, yeah, we want all the traders to be in game. But that was so long ago. I just don't think that we can confidently say that that's still the plan.
I feel like literally never thought of this until now, but to me it seems like I'm so ready to be wrong. Most realistic things before then might be. Wait, I gotta pause it really quick. This is gonna confuse the fuck out of the audio listeners. You have no context, right? I've got episode 101 of the podcast from May 9th, 2022 pulled up. The audio you're hearing, that's, I don't know if it's indistinguishable or not. It's different.
Yeah.
I'm hitting play again. This is Veritas from the past and Jesse from the past. Like a new UI for traders. Like, you remember how they added, you can see all your teammates in the menu, and you can, the animations while you're waiting in queue. Like, imagine you go, and instead of it being an avatar of Crap War, it's like the room with the desk, and he's
called that shit.
he says, like, "Oh, welcome, comrade," and he has a little animation, and then he just sits there
and while you're scrolling and picking, he
checks his watch
or takes a sip from. That's very, very likely that could be why they're working on the 3 miles at this point. That's it.
Yeah,
dude. So that kind of proves my point a little bit, because in 2022 or whenever that was, we were like, yeah, they said that shit a long time ago, but who knows? And then you literally word for word predicted exactly what we got. Wow.
And not only have I been gaslighting myself for so long, but the entire fucking Reddit community has been gaslighting me for so long about how much of a negative fucking Nancy I am. Blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
You can go fuck yourselves. Call me Nostradamus, motherfucker.
Wow. That is insane. What, 2022? Or is that 23?
2022.
2022.
3.5 years ago, I was like, dog, it's just gonna be some Oblivion shit.
Yeah, they're just updating the avatars, and you're just gonna go into their room. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but God. The TLDR is.
I'm not sad. I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. The TLDR is like, we got exactly what I thought we would get, which is unfortunately a lot less than we were told we would get. But if you don't care, there's a lot to enjoy here. I've seen a lot of positivity about 1.0, and I think that's awesome. If you are enjoying the game, then fuck yeah. Like, this game is for you. But I think it's just like, I don't know how to like accurately like summarize and empathize when I talk with both sides, where I'm like, I'm happy for you. You're having fun. I'm disappointed. I was promised more back in the day. The promise was so long ago that I stopped believing in the promise. But even though I stopped believing, there was part of me that hoped that Dad would show up at my game. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the 50th game he's missed. And so I stopped thinking he was going to come, but this is the last one of the season. And even though I know he's not going to come, even though I know there was just like a little, I wanted him to show up.
Well, now we know Dad doesn't love us. This whole time we were like, eventually, he's going to have like the Tim Allen fucking Christmas movie moment, right? Where he's like, well, actually the love was the video Christmas movies that we had all along.
Yes,
they were the reindeer that we met along the way.
Yeah.
Now it's just like solidified. Like, oh
yeah,
I'm never playing any more games anymore.
Yeah.
This hope I've had in the back of my head, like, surely he's going to come to 1 and prove me wrong.
Yeah. And this was the last one of the season, so that dream is dead. So that's it. If you're liking it, hell yeah. If you're super disappointed by it, also kind of hell yeah. I get you. It's still buggy. It's still
no, I mean, it's the same game,
dude.
It's the same
game. And back to the point, just really quickly. I don't want to needlessly just berate the shit out of it, but back to the point of the point we made about like the bucket of things where like we hope that by 1.0 they'll have like a clearer vision of like, oh, like, okay, we want to fix the economy here or whatever. When the game dropped at 1.0, the changes that were brought to the hardcore from the secure container were still in the game. You could not put meds in your secure container. You could not put ammo in your secure container. So we're like, okay, this is what they want. Less than 24 hours later, Nikita tweets, should we allow meds in the secure container? And then a couple hours after that, meds were back in the secure container. No in-game survey. I would argue a pretty big change to like how raids play out and like how you use things in the economy. 15 hours after the game came out. The 2 days after the game came out. So when you completed the tutorial, what happened at the end? What did you keep everything you had on you when you extracted?
No. So I was like, oh, cool. It just fucking. I was just like default level 1 PMC with the M9.
Yeah.
Empty backpack, like the helmet I picked up, the body armor I picked up, the guns I picked up. None of it was there.
Did you have anything in your like messaging?
No. What I had was the little green badge for the quest.
Yeah.
And then the little green badge for the like recordings.
Yeah.
Which I was clicking to try to make it go away, and it wouldn't go away.
Yeah, it wouldn't go away, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, great, fucking this again.
Okay, so here's what happened. When I played, everything I pulled out of the tutorial, I got to keep. Everything. I min-maxed it. I looted up everything. 2 days later, what they did was, because what was happening was people were finding out that the tutorial is deterministic. So everything was the same for everybody. So somebody found a LEDX. It was like hidden. And so then everybody was like, it like spread like wildfire. But then if you had already done the tutorial, you were like, well, you can't reset your account for like 2 weeks. So you're going to miss the LEDX. So then 2 days after Tarkov came out, they changed the tutorial so that now you don't get to keep anything you bring out. But instead, when you get out, you're given a care package with 2.5 million rubles and all the stuff from the tutorial, like an AK-12, an MPX, a LEDX, and a graphics card, all found in Raid.
I had the graphics card and the LEDX I saw.
Yeah. So you didn't get to take everything because they just gave you all the shit. And then 2 days after that, or the next day, they changed it again. So you get all the stuff, but you don't get the 2 million rubles. And so basically the point I'm trying to make is they proved everything in my video right, which is that they have no vision. They have no, like, they're literally still just flying by the seat of their pants, and they have no idea what they're doing. So.
Dog, I'm just like scrolling through the podcast episode titles because like now I'm so fascinated to know what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Over the years, and just like reading it's actually informative as fuck reading the titles.
Yeah.
I'm like taking, every other episode we have like, you could tell what we were talking about right from the title.
Yeah.
And I'm just like writing things down and thinking about how I've got like half a dozen. And so far, the things that I know we were talking about where we were like, here's the problem with these things and here's how they should change.
Yeah.
None of it's changed. So talking about Tarkov recoil, that changed. So this is starting at 4 years ago. That kind of went all over the place.
Yeah, it got better, got worse, got better, got worse.
And I don't know where it's at now. I
would say people are pretty chill with it right now.
Yeah, okay. So that's something that now it's also in a state where like probably like any of us would have said like it should be like this, and they could have just done that and it would have been done.
Yeah,
like we didn't need the fucking roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
The Tarkov fuel shortage. I don't know.
I think that was an event. Yeah, I think that was an event.
Where are the sniper scavs? Because they were all gone.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out how to do with cheaters. I guarantee you, there's nothing that different about that. Server stability. Guarantee there's nothing that they've really done about that. Then with Steam Audio, that went the wrong direction.
The wrong way.
Look at this. We had an hour and 40 minutes talking about flea market ideas. No, I'm sure they implemented literally zero of those ideas, and it's exactly how it was. Dude,
so I keep that reminds me of something we got to talk about the flea market, but keep going through some of the titles.
Okay. The Tarkov's recoil system, blah, 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 blah. So Scav Karma. We had this idea that this whole Scav Karma was going to be like this robust thing that maybe it's completely fucking right. I'm assuming that nothing's changed and it's the same like shallow kiddie pool feature.
Not only has nothing changed, but there is the tutorial in Tarkov is great. We keep saying that. There is not a single part of the game that explains Scav Karma to new players.
Oh my god, that's the other thing we have to realize.
So you got
bro, all the things that we know because we've been getting railed.
Yep.
Just railed by it, brother.
Yep.
With no lube for years, and we just take it for granted. Like, this is the textbook failure to empathize with someone other than you. I think they just like don't realize they can't put themselves in the shoes of a new player and think like, if you ask someone who has 20 hours in Escape from Tarkov, what do you think about the scav karma system? They'd go, what the fuck are you talking about?
Scav karma system? Yep. So
like, that's a massive, incredibly embarrassing oversight.
People on Twitter are like trying to be like, hey, if you're new to Tarkov and you're scavving, like, don't shoot other scavs. It's like people,
It's not even, and there's like serious consequences that before the game didn't explain it, and there were consequences that weren't explained, but we figured like, oh, okay, well, as long as they like explain it up front, the bad design of this makes sense. And then they just didn't.
Yep.
So it's just bad and unfinished.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. All of these videos, the future of Escape from Tarkov. I don't even want to know what we were saying.
Yeah.
The future is now, my friend.
Yeah, the future is now. Holy shit.
Little did you know, Pog, bro, 4 years ago, you had 1.0. Brother, you had the game way before anybody did.
It's so true.
Tarkov Immersion. I guess maybe the storytelling makes it a little bit more immersive, and but so would like the Raid series, like in a fan fiction magazine. Okay. Could we finally see Streets of Tarkov soon? Yes, we did. These Tarkov events are great, but they reveal other problems. I guarantee what those problems are still exist. What they are, I don't know, but I promise you a nickel, I bet you a dime.
Yep.
The optics rework and huge flea market changes.
I don't even remember.
Optics are still
okay. Yeah. Optics are fine. That was long before, but they ended up adding the smooth zooming and stuff. Yeah, optics are fine. I don't even remember what that rework was, bro.
Well, I mean,
maybe that was when they nuked the PK06.
Well, remember when we got the first like 3. Dude, I don't even know the terminology. So it was LVPO. Is that what? I don't even remember.
PVO, yeah.
LPVO. There was the Voodoo and the other good one.
Was the Razor back then?
Not the Razor. The Razor was later.
The Voodoo and the TAC 30, like the Burris. Is that the Valde?
Oh no, wait. The Voodoo. Wait. Is the Voodoo the like cheap Russian one?
No, the Voodoo's the nice EOTech one.
Oh, okay. So the Voodoo's the good one.
Yeah.
The Burris TAC 30 is the one that has like a thick.
Yes.
So back then, even that was amazing. Those two were amazing because what you had was full screen.
Yes.
Like you couldn't. It was just so even with like the 1x unmagnified was like 1.7x.
Yes. Yeah.
Crystal clear. And then they like nerfed them into the ground at one point where they were all like the PSO.
Yeah.
Which is basically like this jank ass picture in picture that like.
Yeah.
It's like you'd be better off just not zooming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if they were ever changed back to the way they were in the good old days or whatever. Yeah. But the contacts, nothing's changed. Like the sounds changed, but like arbitrarily, they're just all different.
Yeah,
but there's like nothing functionality wise.
What they ended up doing was flattening the difference between, like, at one point there was really bad, like the Comtac 6s you could hear like 40 additional meters away than the Comtac 2s. And that's all been pretty much flattened to roughly the exact same distance. And then now it's just basically pick your sound profile.
Yeah. Can we help BSG identify bugs in Tarkov? We
could
theoretically. Then the next episode, venting about a game that we love. The thumbnail says a Tarkov therapy session. Brother, V and Jesse in the past. You are justified in feeling what you feel.
Yeah,
you're right. You'll always be right. You were never wrong. You always had it from day one. fuck like Reddit and Twitter. They could eat shit. Insurance prices now. What is insurance? Because I remember at one point they were like super expensive.
Yeah.
Did they revert it back to like?
They reverted it almost back. I think it's more expensive than it was normally, but not nearly as expensive as it was during Hardcore Web.
Brother, what? Okay, wait. I need to like look at the transcript of this. 2021, September 13th. Tarkov is about to get wild. Huge changes coming. Crickets, what were the changes? Yeah, what happened? What am I talking about?
I don't know.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
What? I need to know. Arena weapon malfunctions, bolt actions got a buff. Animation, advanced animations, Omnicron container.
That never came, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah, dog.
We still don't have the Omnicron container. I think it might have got turned into the Theta, maybe.
Lighthouse leaks and how far Tarkov has come. Brother, that was... If you knew that that's as far as it was going to go.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't be so excited. Is Escape from Tarkov dead? Question mark. I mean, little did we know all the people that have been wrong this whole time about Tarkov being dead were accidentally kind of right in some ways. Is semi-auto broken? Taking breaks from Tarkov? Daily tasks. Tarkov prestige system. Interrobang. You know what Interrobang is, by the way? I taught my wife this. Interrobang is the question mark exclamation point. Is an interrogate, like to question, bang, the exclamation. It's an interrobang. The more you know.
Wow.
Cryptic Tarkov messages wipe conspiracies. Is something big coming to Tarkov? No. If the episode was just nope. Everybody, thanks for watching the podcast.
And then a black screen for 1 hour and 59 minutes.
Oh, the scavs in Tarkov are broken. The next episode, the server's broken? Question mark.
Yo, I will say though that the scavs are in the best spot they've ever been in. Like that, what you were feeling, I feel that too. They're really like not Terminator-y.
Yeah.
Now there was a bug where Killa could fly this week, so. Yeah.
I don't know what a potchki means.
So,
oh God, dude.
But in general, yeah. So, dude, it's so funny that so many of those things like reminded me of other things. You had said, there was something about the cheaters, dude. I saw this thing. I got an error when the game was like down. Apparently, they added IL2 CPP to their game. And apparently that was supposed to like, it's like another anti-cheat thing. I don't know anything about this, but apparently that's an anti-cheat measure that also like, it has something to do with like the game files because like now people can't data mine, like the data miners, the Tarkov data miners are all being like, we can't do anything. Like we can't answer any of your questions right now. We're hard stuck out of the game. And then I saw some comments where it was like, oh, they'll fight you guys more than they fight cheaters. And they were like, actually, this closes a whole lot of loops. But I don't know. I'm too stupid to know anything about that. But
so we inertia, like it's just crazy that it's like the scavs are the best position they've ever been in, which is what I said 5 years ago, which is like just make them bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Make him stormtroop. Like, hey, I solved the problem for you. Just make him miss 93% of the shots, and the game's an infinitely better game, right? Like, yeah. And think about all the years of the, hey, why are scavs aiming for our legs? All the science, the breakdowns, all this shit to like explain these complex things, and it's just like, hey, make it so that it's like roll a number between 1 and 100.
Yeah. If
the number is 7 or less, it hits you.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh shit, the game's a better game. Okay, so wait a minute. I don't remember the whole state of all the things. I just remember that I wasn't involved. Okay.
Okay.
The and this might be a hot take, but knowing what I know now, I think that the armor system in Tarkov is just worse than it used to be with the plates. It's the same thing, but just now there's question marks about what do I have? What's the status of all the things? And before it was at least there was one durability number. It wasn't, oh, I've got a P.A.C.A with level 6 plate in the arm and a level 3 plate in the. It's like, it's just, there's just more shit.
Yeah. I'm personally, I kind of like it. Now it was turbo scuffed when they first added it, and they've made a lot of changes. I kind of like I like finding a class 6 plate that fits in my shit, and I like swap it out. I like winning a fight and then like swapping my front plate for my back plate, because my front plate like took a bunch of shots and now it's almost broken, but I didn't get shot in the back. Like, I kind of like that mental math. I like insurance frauding my plates, and like I win a fight like kind of by the hair of my chin, and then I take his plates because they fit in my shit. Like, I kind of like that. It definitely complicated it. And like now an armor's durability can be like 247, and out of 247, and there's like, you've got shoulder pads, you've got side plates, you've got a neck plate, you've got a back neck plate, and none of those are plates. That's all soft armor, but it contributes to your armor's durability. And it's like, it's definitely more confusing, but I kind of don't mind it.
Yeah, and I don't have that much interaction with the system since it's been in the game.
Yeah.
The little interaction I've had in the however many raids I've done in the last few years, it's I kill a guy and I look at his armor and I go, should I be excited or not?
Yeah.
Now I have to double click, hover over a tiny triangle to see. Wait, what do I have?
Yeah.
Hover over the tiny triangle. Oh. Okay, it's the same shit.
Yeah. No, I like
before it was, oh, I have a P.A.C.A, he's got a Gazelle.
Yes, it's much more binary. Yeah. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
You know, it's like in the same way that a million other games, you have like an HP pool.
Yeah.
Tarkov split it up into 9 things, and it's like, okay, you know, it complicates things in a way that's like interesting. Them doing that even more granular for the armor, I don't know. I don't personally like it. I think it's infinitely less accessible to new players, right? The old system, you needed me to make a mobile app based on equations that I had to write based on what was illegally against the TOS data mined from the game in order for people to have any fucking idea what was going on. So, and now it's just it's even more complicated, because now it's like the complexity around understanding if a bullet will penetrate a durability of an armor class. Now you've got a layer of soft plate with a plate, and you know, it's really convenient though, because now nobody. I was one of the few people years ago that could ever give anyone like a reasonable. It was like me and a No Food After Midnight.
Yeah,
they're the only 2 human beings that could answer a question. Yesterday, someone came into my stream and they said, "Bro, I got 2-shotted through my armor with this plate and this plate with a BP round," and they're like, "Should that be possible?" And first of all, I was like, sorry, is it 2019? Like, why are you here? I'm playing Megapunk. Why the fuck are you at? You know, I mean, I get why, you know, I appreciate it. But like, and I'm like, brother, you might as well be asking me about fucking rocket surgery.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because now definitely no one has any idea, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just a thing. And I vaguely recall there being like some idea of that being like all of these changes that we accepted that were like, these changes are their shitty attempt at fixing a problem that they denied forever and then finally accepted and then implemented a shitty fix that's a stepping stone to a thing that never happened.
Yeah.
Right? The found and raid still exists. You've got crafts that my fucking Twitter flowchart of like found in raid, is it found in blah blah blah, like none of that
has changed.
I don't even know what, when I was looking at some armor when I was in raid at one point, and it was like there's like buttons to do with things, and like, and then there's one line item that's like, you can't access the flea market until level 14. I'm gonna have to wait till level 14 to know what that's covering. I don't, what is that, like the quick sell?
No,
I don't even know.
So I was gonna say, they, it's so funny. They, we've talked about them doing all this beta stuff and how like they finally started like changing things, but we were talking about like, why were they doing this at the 11th hour? The flea market was like relatively completely unchanged until like 2025, and then all of a sudden they were like, let's do completely not found in raid, and then let's do found in raid, and then let's do no flea market. After Nikita said they would never do no flea market, they did the hardcore but no flea market, and they were doing all this stuff. Well, here we are, 1.0, we have a completely different system. So you unlock the flea market at level 15. But every item in the game, every like classification of item in the game has a different level for when it can be bought and sold on the flea. So you get access to the flea at 15, but you can't buy or sell helmets off the flea until you're 20. And you can't buy or sell, you can't buy or sell hideout items. So like nuts, bolts, corrugated hoses, you can't buy or sell them on the flea until you're level 30.
To when you're already done.
Yeah, because they don't want you getting level 15 and then buying everything to rip up your hideout off the flea.
They added a thing to the game that makes the players do a thing they don't want to do. So then they just said, oh, okay, we're just going to make it so you can't interact with the system in the way that you want to, that would be beneficial until after it's too late.
So I got to level 15, and the only thing that I found valuable to buy on the flea market was food.
The thing that's just everywhere.
Yeah. Like
in annoying quantities that you don't want to like hoard.
Now the UI is very explicit. Every time you double click on an item, it says cannot be listed on the flea until this level. Even on the flea market, it actually shows like locks and it'll show you when. So it's not like you're like, why can't I click on this? Like the game does tell you, but the system I found to be interesting. Like I really don't know how I feel about it yet, because they've done a whole lot to like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so it's non-found in raid flea, meaning you can list something on the flea market even if it's not found in raid, but you can't list the grouping of item until you reach that level. And then the hideout. So the hideout used to be any item that didn't need to be found in raid. So you find screws, you put it in your secure container, you die, you can use the screws to upgrade your hideout. And then in the hardcore wipe, or the wipe before that, I can't remember, they made it so everything for the hideout needed to be found in raid, which I thought was ass, because I think the found in raid system is ass. And then now, this I find to be arbitrary as fuck. Like level 2 generator requires like a found in raid motor, but 30 not found in raid wires, and 10 found in raid relays, and like 1 not found in raid bulbex. They literally it's worse. It's just some are found in raid and some aren't.
Which is worse.
Yeah, because it's just it's now more arbitrary.
Now we need to add another column to the spreadsheet we all don't want to have of shit that we're tracking. Brother,
yeah.
Why? Now we now have to accept that like there's 2 hard truths we have to accept. One is that it's 1.0. All of the things we still secretly kind of hope in the back of our head they'll fix are never going to come.
Yeah.
Or 2, they are going to come, which means 1.0 could have just been 0.98. And like, and then it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was a way for Pestily to make $40,000 in gift subs, period. and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, 1.0 did nothing for anyone.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is happening to Tarkov? Tarkov's most controversial topic.
They have to find in raid to be used for that upgrade. Yeah, so like that's a weird one. The flea market's in a weird spot. That hideout one is in a weird one. Yeah. So
Tarkov's 2023 roadmap. What were we thinking?
Well, I think that was just the first time they ever released a roadmap. They didn't stick to it. But
we should like Tarkov roadmap. I want to see what the fuck it said. Because I wonder. June 2024 preliminary roadmap. Okay. Arena and EFT integration, player level, and experience synchronization. Because before they were like separate, right?
Yeah. Take me back.
In the game?
Take me back to when they were separate.
New trader, arena ref, special in-game quests, expansions and bonuses for EOD and TUE, PvE matching improvements. Matching in PvE? Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing, too, is that, like, my first raid, I was like, am I in a live raid?
Oh, that tutorial raid? Or...
No, the first interchange raid. I was like, am I still in the I didn't know that the tutorial wasn't over, because here's the thing. When the tutorial raid starts, you get mixed signals. First of all, one of the things you see is like a pop-up that says something like something is not available in offline mode or whatever.
Yeah.
But then at the same time it says like live raid. Like it says like
okay.
So I'm like, are there fucking players in here? So that's why I was like not just running around.
Yeah.
Armor system improvements, quality of life improvements, in-game poll system. They use that once, twice.
Don't even get me started. That pisses me off.
They used it twice, and then nothing. The things they asked, they didn't change anything as a result.
That pisses me the fuck off.
Dude. New weapons, hideout expansion, audio optimization, preset customization, preset system rework. So that was one of the roadmaps. What about
they broke that right now? If you use the preset system to try to build a gun, and one of the quality of life things. So like, okay, so this is something you might identify with. There's the preset system. And the thing was, if you were like level 2 traders, you never knew what you could buy from the traders, right? Because like when you would click foregrips, it would just show you all the foregrips in the game. And so you like click that one and then you would click purchase, and then it would take you to the flea market and it would be like, you can't buy this. And you'd be like, oh fuck. So then you would go back and do this. So then what they did was they added a quality of life feature where it gave you, it would show you what was available from your current trader level or not. Well, now in 1.0, it broke the other half. So it's showing you what is available from the trader. And so you build out the gun from the trader. And then when you click buy, the bug is it takes you to the flea market screen where it shows you the list of things you were going to buy that you can buy from the trader. But the bug is you can't purchase anything from that screen. So then you did all that work, and now you just have to go back, and go to the trailers and just scroll until you find the optic that you picked, and scroll until you find the foregrip that you picked. So you can't use the...
Did they... Oh my God. Did they ever add the ability to, like, convert currency?
Wait, did they?
Or
Does it auto-convert currency, chat?
Auto purchase of missing currency when buying items. Activation of map transition by holding a key bind.
It does. Okay. It does auto convert currency now.
Oh, okay. All the sounds, audio engine improvements, inclusion improvements, performance improvements. Lol, raffle. Lol.
Yeah,
lol,
my
raffle.
my performance is overall worse.
Oh my God.
You think maybe they fixed the build buying thing today. Okay.
Well, this picture of the preliminary roadmap looks as if it was taken with a fucking Game Boy camera. Remember those?
Oh yeah.
Unity 2022 update. Fuck me.
Now, couple other quick things. One, like, One thing we haven't really talked about, this to put something back in the W column, not
wait, was there anything in? Oh yeah, okay, the intro video.
Yeah, and the tutorial. Not that this is like a big enough thing to have been like a, oh my god, we got this in 1.0, but just it happened and it's great. Interchange got a complete update to the map. You probably didn't see it, but you know, like if you're at the front of the mall, the front of the mall, there's the parking lot, and then there's the road, and then there's like all the connexes out there where like scavs can congregate out there. They knocked that wall down. The whole north side of the map is completely open now. And there's this huge ass area where there's like a bunch of tents and connexes. It's almost like the scavs like built like a little village out there. There's tons of loot.
Tent City?
Yeah, there's tons of loot. There's a flea, there's a flare extract out there now, which is sick. And so basically it's like, you know, the two extracts on the map were basically Emercom in the back corner and the railway.
Yeah. So everybody was just going diagonally across the map, fighting in the middle or whatever. Now the people spawn and then they don't go controlled shift W to the...
There's so, like, literally a tremendous amount of open area. There's not much in there, but it's great for pathing to the extract in a much less predictable pattern. And there is a couple of, like, towns out there. And then they did the same exact thing to the back of Interchange, bro. So now getting to Emercom, like, it's basically you could go from Power Station, like, all the way back to Emercom. Now that's all connected, so much more open area, a couple little camps out there. Tagilla can spawn on Interchange now, and he has a hideout underground in the parking lot. There's like toppled over 18-wheelers, and he basically built like a fortress in the parking lot.
Pillow fort?
Yeah, there's literally like a section in there where there's like a couch and a PS5 and like a TV where I guess he games. But Tagilla can spawn in there. There's a bunch of loot down there. Killa has like a little hideout thing. He hides. You know when you go up into Idea, which is the IKEA one, right at the main stairs, you could go like up, and there was like a little just like balcony that literally nobody.
It's like a food court.
Cafe. Yeah, nobody ever went up there. That up there and underneath it is like this like dug in like sandbags. There's all sorts of like loot there now. It's sick. You know how you could go down the escalators in the middle and you could go down another set of escalators and you would hit like water? You can't go there anymore. They drained out the water, and now it goes another layer down and then connects up to the underground. And that's where Scav PMC co-op extract is now. So if you meet a Scav inside and you want to co-op, you don't have to leave them all. You guys just go to the underground and leave there. Awesome.
Gotcha. Yeah, there was just like a bunch of trash at the bottom of the escalator or something, right?
Yeah. They added like some holes in the wall, like you said. They added some new flanks. There's a new stairwell. An idea that takes you down to the parking garage. So like Interchange has needed love for a long time, and that map is sick now. It's dope. Not that that was like a huge, oh my God, 1.0 thing, but Interchange update is dope.
It would be really cool if I could see the fun that they thought I was having on that map, but I can't.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. And then we're already long. The last thing we should do is I should read you some Steam reviews.
Oh my God, I hope it's as good as when you read the reviews for Pokemon, the first movie.
Oh, that's funny. Escape from Tarkov is not a game. It's a cosmic punishment sent by indifferent gods to remind humanity of its insignificance. Booting up is like willingly inserting your face into a malfunctioning wood chipper. Nothing makes sense.
Oh yes, my spirit animal.
Hitting
overly needlessly complicated comparison.
Yeah. Hit registration barely and completely random. The sound doesn't work. Everybody moves absolutely silently. Bosses and scavs go through doors like they don't exist. Players are plunged into despair the moment another server error occurs. Every raid is a dissertation in disappointment, a Shakespearean tragedy written by drunken raccoons on fire.
Please tell me that's 5 stars though.
You
like
no.
It has to be like, this is fucking terrible. Ass cancer. 5 out of 5.
It's thumbs down. You don't play Escape from Tarkov, you endure it. Dude, where was the other?
Oh my god. Like this should be like a recurring bit.
Yeah.
Wait, Escape from Tarkov. I haven't even thought. Oh my god! I just searched in Steam for Escape from Tarkov and I see it, and it's on sale.
Yeah.
15% off, $42.
Yeah. It's
We have pioneered the genre of extraction shooters.
Dude, here's one. Spends 110 euros on Prepare for Escape Edition plus PvE DLC. Opens the game. Need to create an account. Open the website to create an account. Website maintenance. Waits multiple hours. Opens game. Need to create an account. Opens website to create an account. Website maintenance. Waits multiple hours. Opens the game. Need to create an account. Opens the website to create an account. Creates an account. Email verification required. Got no email. Resend email. Got no email. Resend email. Spam protection. Attempt to launch the game. Game files corrupted. Verify files through Steam Launcher. Does that. Doesn't work. Reinstalled the game. Somehow my game files are still corrupted. Curse. Wrote this review. Will probably refund.
This was posted today. I just bought to send bad review. Thumbs down. Oh fuck.
At least he's honest, bro.
Oh my god, wait. Oh lord. This guy says it's easier. Passing kidney stones is easier than playing this game. Thumbs up.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Wait, there has to be like 3 more. Most helpful reviews, review type 15,000 negative.
They should
This is not
They should implement a feature where you can actually play the game. Thumbs down.
This is not 1.0. This is early access at best. Loading times are ridiculous, constant errors, disconnects. Game is in an awful state. Beta testers should have gotten the Steam version for free, just as Nikita originally promised. The game does not work at all. Do not buy. Here is why. Runs poorly. PvE doesn't find matches at all. PvE does not find matches. Oh, sorry. PvP doesn't find matches at all. PvE does not find matches 90% of the time. When successfully extracted, you will likely get infinite loading screens and lose your progress, full of bugs, crashes randomly. Even if you have a quote-unquote NASA PC, is exactly the same as their own version. You even got to start the game from the blah, blah, blah. Okay, that one wasn't funny or ironic.
The game itself is unfortunately a piece of art. However, the artist is a piece of shit.
No way. Is that real?
Thumbs down.
Most helpful all-time negative. This game is still a piece of beep. And I say that because there's just hearts.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I have been playing for more than 7 years. How the fuck you clowns can release this game with the same issues from wipe to wipe?
This is a thumbs up that says how to play the game. Step 1, buy and install. Step 2, install SPT Tarkov. Step 3, actually have fun and avoid hackers.
You are product refunded. You are literally just downloading the BSG launcher from Steam instead of their website. That's it.
Yeah.
69 hours on record. Nice. Escape from launcher. That's all it says. Escape from launcher. Oh no.
So there's 21,000 reviews, and
this one just says N-word. Like it's not the word, it just says N space word. I mean, if that doesn't tell you,
get him out of here.
Can't escape from Tarkov if you can't enter Tarkov. Oh my god.
Bazinga.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like gut reaction, you have exactly 3 seconds to answer. How many people do you think are playing on Steam right now? Go. 3, 2,
12,000.
1. 17,000. Great guess. Great guess.
I can't miss unless I'm talking about Han Solo in his kryptonite.
In his kryptonite.
That's a so much shot tray moment. I'm never gonna be able to live
All-time peak, 47,000. 24-hour peak, 36,000. Right now, 17,000. I had somebody bet me 100 gifted subs that I would be back on Tarkov full-time within a month or two of ARC coming out, and that hundreds of thousands of ARC players would abandon it to play Tarkov on Steam. 3 days after Tarkov came out, ARC Raiders hit its all-time Steam concurrent player base. And you can bet your ass I'm not going to be full-time Tarkov in a month. So I don't know if he's going to actually pony up the subs, but
that's just the stereotypical, like, you fire the asshole douchebag guy, and on his way out, he's like, "You guys are going to miss me. You're gonna regret what you've done. This is gonna be a big mistake, and you're gonna find out." And then it's like the door shuts, and all you hear is, and everyone's like,
"Oh
okay,
my god, bro!"
Oh,
that's actually, dude. Believe it or not, that's the second person that's bet me 100 gifted subs. I would bail on ARC Raiders.
I'll bet you 100 gifted subs. They never come back.
Yeah.
You'll
yeah. I mean, I always say take the bet, but it's like I don't expect to see them again for sure.
Bro, that reminds me of if this doesn't sum up my experience as a Twitch streamer, then I don't know what will. I got to try to remember, okay? Someone came into my chat while I'm playing Megabonk. And he says, "Bruh." And I'm like, here we go. He says, "Are you taking questions?" And I'm like, I literally said out loud, I'm like, "Something tells me this isn't going to end well for both of us here." And I'm like, "I'll humor you. Hit me." And he goes, "Okay, let me think of one." Never came back. Welcome to the internet.
What?
Where nothing makes sense and life sucks.
What a crazy thing.
This is why.
Oh my god.
Bruh, are you taking questions?
Let me think of one.
There's like a 3-minute delay, by the way, between like I respond lickety split, right? And I'm like, "Yeah, man, hit me." 3 minutes go by, and I'm like, I guess he's not coming back. And then I see, "Let me think of one," which is worse than not saying anything at all. And then he follows it up with not saying anything at all.
That's crazy criminal minds, bro.
Dust in the wind. That's a criminal crime.
That's a criminal crime. Wow.
That's why I don't trust anyone. If you come into my Twitch chat and you have a name and you type things, I'm suspect.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for you to make a death threat or to do. The only way to describe what that guy did to me was inscrutable and terroristic.
Yeah.
You taking questions? I'm like, here we go. Is he going to ask me?
Psychological warfare, bro.
I'd rather be waterboarded than have someone be like, "Are you taking questions? Let me think of one." Never comes back. A year from now, I'm still going to be like, what did he want to know?
Bro, I think I told you about, I think his username is Red Robin Guac Bacon Burger. And he just asked me if I've ever tried the Red Robin Guacamole Avocado Bacon Burger. He's back. He's back. He's been in my chat every day for 2 months. And he asked if I've tried it. The Red Robin Avocado Bacon Burger. That's all he ever types. And I still think it's like a psyop from Red Robin. It's crazy, bro.
Okay, there's some, when people change their name, I don't care that we're over. This is important.
Yeah.
When people change their name, that is like if they were a serious major burn victim and had full reconstructive surgery. They're a different person.
Yeah.
I have the name, the color of their name, and the icons
all
next to it.
All of my emotions, all of my memories, all of like our rapport is gone when you change your name. You're a new person to me.
There's the logos to the left of your name. Okay. There's the name, the length, the color. That is the mapping I have to a face. If you think about your grandmother, you have all these memories tied up and you see her face, right? Unless you have aphantasia. Sorry.
Yeah.
If my wife is watching, I'm sorry, baby. Every time I start every sentence with imagine X, she's like, and now it's like, oh, you're just a new person. You've got 999 plus messages in my channel. You're introduce yourself, man.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who you are. Okay. Suddenly one day, I don't know. I think it's someone like but I don't know what their name is, so I don't know how to feel about them.
Yeah.
Right? Like you know how you see names and you're like, positive, neutral,
yeah.
Guarded.
100%.
There's someone just carbide on my nano, and I don't know
Dude,
who it is.
He's been in my chat too. I thought it was Nate. I thought it was Nate Train because he's always making that joke to me. He's always like, we're carbide on my nano. But then I saw Nate later and I was like, it's not Nate. Shit.
It's someone who's like an OG, I think.
Yeah.
But like
I don't know who it is.
I don't, and I might have even asked you and you told me, but again, I don't know like my nieces and nephews' names. Okay, there's 7. Yeah. I don't know their names. Okay, I'm not gonna remember. Okay. But nothing holds a candle to Fatty Doinks 420. I can't not read that and giggle he's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm just like, oh, I'm so glad you're here.
Yo.
Fatty Doinks X420.
Yeah.
It just fills my heart with fucking glee.
Yep.
Fatty. We all need a Fatty Doinks
Fatty
420
Doinks.
in our life.
I got a Poopy Pee Pants that hangs out in my chat. That's his Twitch name, Poopy Pee Pants.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
It's a very good.
Yep. Well, that is the stuff. That is the long-awaited. I mean, we spent a full 2 hours talking about Tarkov. If you have been wondering, that's it. I have been super honest with my chat about like, I'm here for the drops. You're here for the drops. I'm here for the drops. Like, I played a little bit of Arc Raiders today. I might even do a whole Arc Raider stream tomorrow. Until they turn the sub drops back on. And when they turn that on, I'll be playing Tarkov. And I'll be having a grand old time hanging out in the Discord with my friends. But it's like, I hope you enjoy it. Whatever we were supposed to get, whatever we wanted to get, we now know that this is what we have. And if you're enjoying it, I'm very excited for you. I will be playing a lot of Arc Raiders in the future.
Yeah. The summary is, after effectively a decade, at the end of the day, that kind of preliminary biopsy for the tentative, unconfirmed ass cancer diagnosis, we got the results back, and you've got 2 weeks to live.
Unless we freeze you in kryptonite.
Unless we freeze you in kryptonite.
Oh, so thank you for hanging. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying. If you want, you can go to patreon.com/thepodcastpod, get early ad-free access to these episodes, additional episodes we film every week, and even access to Veritas's tutorial raid, which will be uploaded soon. Thank you to The Perfect Gene and Chubbies for sponsoring these episodes. Thank you for being here. And we will definitely see y'all on the next one.
I was right about everything.